What?
Can I get a little color on Gerald? Or
Can you get a little color on him?
Yeah.
Do you roll with a posse though?
Yeah, you roll with a posse.
I mean, I see on ESPN, you're on all these shows
rolling?
now.
Is this shit
we're
going?
we're fucking live, brother.
Yeah, we're
I see on ESPN. Now you come in here with Entourage.
Yo, check
You came in your Escalade and shit. You got the homies outside.
Let me.
Hey Birdman.
Let me take
Hey
control
Birdman.
of fucking-
Show some respect.
Listen, Callan.
Dude, by the
What
way,
the fuck kind of podcast?
That's
is
our
this?
producer.
Seven.
Didn't you used to have long hair?
Yeah.
Listen.
Did you have long hair?
What happened? You know what it is? It's
No.
from exercise.
I want to
never
get.
take a day off.
I want
Never
to
take
get.
a
I
day
want to
off.
get a couple of things straight, because I just want to just get a couple of things straight.
Go ahead.
First of all, the 2015 guest of the year last year was me, right?
Yeah.
Now you got you
All
bringing
right.
in motherfuckers in here who think they're gonna take
They do.
who? Big Black. Big Black. I fuck with. Excuse me. I fuck with Big Black. He's cute. Big
He's
Black.
cute. He ain't cute.
You didn't touch the top.
All right.
And then you brought in what? Whitney Cummings. She made a couple of dick jokes, and she thinks she's gonna take my spot.
No,
Save it, Whitney Cummings. That wasn't cutting it either. Who else is trying to take my spot?
Look, you're putting me on
Theo
the spot. I don't know.
Vaughn. Theo Vaughn.
I'd
brought
never
some
heard of
heat.
him. Is he a UFC fighter?
No, he's a comedian.
Never
who's
heard
on the
of him.
Real World.
Never heard of him. I never even heard of him. So the fact that I never heard of him, he can't.
Conor
take-
McGregor was pretty good too, though.
Not really.
Conor McGregor?
No,
Yeah.
look, you're
Oh,
coming.
he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
But he stole Floyd Mayweather's style. We could get right into that. His whole thing.
Smart though, isn't it?
He's smart because he's a white guy. You never seen a white guy talk that kind of shit until
Never.
I come on your show.
That's true.
But I'm letting you know right now, Conor McGregor, his whole program is lifted. Okay.
Yeah,
His
it
whole
might be.
program is lifted.
Well,
you know
he
what?
was
He
taken
backs
from
it up.
Ali first of all.
he didn't back it up with the Diaz brothers.
Nate's a little big. Nate's a little big for him. Nate's a little big for him. Little different weight class.
Nate put that ass to sleep real proper.
He did. Real proper.
Brendan, he put that ass to sleep. I talked to him about fighting. I talked to you about other shit like
Hey,
we talked
man,
about
come on, I wanna be involved.
Sports and fighting. So
Why are you looking only at Brendan?
Because
Rap.
when I talk about like
Rap.
sports and shit like that,
Yeah,
you guys
we
are
go
fist
back and
bumping.
forth.
You're
Rap.
fist bumping.
he invited me on. Like I speak to him more than I speak to you.
You don't care about
Hey,
it.
Rap,
like me and
you'll
him-
love this. You'll love this. Brian, I was designing shirts for our East Coast tour, and we're going to New York.
Okay.
I gotta say that on this beat.
Yeah,
So I have this cool New York graphic,
yeah.
and it's the New York Knicks colors.
Okay.
New York Knicks. For
Okay,
fuck's sake.
okay.
It's New York. I show Brian.
And the Mets,
We have a
right?
Boston one. We
He doesn't
have-
know what the fuck
we
it
have
is.
Philly, and he goes, "That New York one. I mean, the design's cool, but those are the Denver Broncos colors, man."
And he was dead serious.
And I went, "Oh no!" And he goes, "I went, New York Knicks doesn't ring a bell."
Why
And he
don't
went,
you-
Oh fuck.
It didn't. You should. You know what I was thinking?
I'm
Instead
just
of
woefully
It's so-
ignorant.
but I love it. I was laughing so hard.
Woefully ignorant.
have you guys thought about changing the name of this podcast
To what?
to the fighter and the blank? Like I
Hey,
think
man,
like the kid
listen,
thing.
bro.
Like I think like maybe like
No,
the
look at my
fighter
hair.
and the kid that comes in here and wears knee pads. Like or the,
No, don't say that.
Hey,
like,
man.
why
I
would
don't. But you should open it up to the fans. Like
No,
Let them
instead of-
decide.
Don't
Like,
start
I
a
just-
meme
I just
here,
think
man.
there
Don't
should
start a
be
trend.
fighter and blank. And let the fans decide
do
what it
not
should
let
be
the
called.
fans. It's the kid.
No, if the kid who sucks dick,
no,
or
man,
the
no,
fighter
don't
and the
say-
kid who wears knee pads into the.
No, I don't. I've never sucked. I don't remember every detail of my life. I don't remember everything.
Bro,
But let's stay.
You were on ESPN going hard.
Got
with
to.
You got to.
What,
right?
I
will-
didn't see it.
Well, I mean, I don't
He
remember.
killed.
what
I loved seeing him.
I don't remember what I was going on hard on there about the other day.
Basketball.
But last night, me and you, we were text because we text. We have a relationship that's like
It's amazing.
Like I met
Behind my
Brendan
back.
through you, but now like
We're better friends.
yeah,
we have
now
more in
we
common.
connect more in common.
I
Like we
know.
connect on things.
You know
like,
what?
You know
it
why? 'Cause
happens.
we're
All
dudes.
my friends.
We're dudes.
Rogan and him now best friends. You and him best friends. Fucking Jeremy Piven and him best friends. All my friends literally no longer
They
talk to me.
gravitate
to you.
towards me.
It's
You're
incredible.
the middleman.
You're
I'm
the
middleman.
connector. You're the connector.
I'm the apex. I'm the
And I
connector. And then I
appreciate
get
you, man.
fucking boxed out.
That's it.
That's a sports.
That's a basketball
that a
term.
music
But
term?
he said boxed out and did this.
I use my elbows when I play ball.
Hey,
Wait, but let's stay on.
we were
I'm
talking about
athletic.
last night on TNT. They had Charles Barkley, all the usual crew up there, and they brought in Dwight Howard. And so Dwight Howard.
Wait. You said, ooh.
No,
What sport does Dwight Howard play?
I know about Dwight Howard. I've heard him spoken about by guys like you guys. The rap on him, has always been, and correct me if I'm wrong, that he's an incredible athlete, but maybe just not as aggressive or as much aware as he could be.
Right. That was good. That was good. That was good.
He's a freak. 2-time defense player of the year in Orlando. He couldn't do no wrong.
No, I know. And then I think it's true. I think he's gotten. Well, he had the back injury, he had back surgery, which will fuck up any athlete. But I think like mentally he's a little. I think
soft.
I don't want to say soft. I feel like he's like. I remember when he first came into the league, like he said he doesn't curse, and I'm like, no. You can't be a big, dirty, nasty big man and not curse. I want my big man to dunk on you.
Me too, man. Put my nuts in your face.
Hey,
what are you doing?
Yeah, talk shit. Yeah.
And I'd be like,
some Shaquille O'Neal shit.
Ref.
You know what I mean? Like
even David Robinson would put his nuts in your face.
Yeah, I don't want my big man like being like, oh, I don't curse.
Fuck no.
I want to like dunk on you.
Bill Lambert.
And like,
yes.
Cocksucker.
Yeah.
Tell him to stop. He keeps dunking on me, and you're actually
the thing about Dwight.
Me and Brendan were texting like 11:15, 11:30, talking about Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith.
Yeah,
who I felt like, first of all, we hear you motherfuckers, and I know no disrespect, I love them both. We hear you fucking guys talk every night. Dwight Howard sits down, you're grilling him. Let this fucking guy speak.
He couldn't get a word out. Charles Barkley would go, now listen, why do you think a lot of people don't like you? And then I was like, oh shit, he's about to burn him. And then Dwight goes, well, he goes, because I think, and then he went into this whole
We hear you every night, Charles.
spiel.
We hear you every night.
Dwight had like
they cut him off like
maybe.
He and then Kenny's like, oh, so what do you think about this? And Dwight's like, and then like Kenny's like, shut the fuck up, Kenny Smith. I love you. I love you, Kenny Smith. Queens is in the house and all that shit.
But what do you think of when they were comparing Stephen Curry to Jordan? And Kenny Smith goes, it's not only a no, it's a hell no. He goes, because the defense was different, blah, blah, blah. I think they're old school because I think Stephen Curry would adapt.
Let me tell you something. Stefan Curry on his worst day with a torn ACL and MCL will crack Kenny Smith's ass on his best day.
100%.
And what Kenny Smith was a great player, and I love Kenny. He knows I love him. Great player. Great player and all that. But the hating that these guys are doing is so it's bad. And what makes you think that these guys, Dwight Howard, wouldn't thrive in a more physical league? What makes you think Stephen Curry wouldn't thrive in a more...
they're a product of their environment. But you put them back then... Because remember, most of the big guys were doing work back then.
Of course.
Most of the big dudes were getting down and leaving the other guys open for shots.
And who knows, Charles Barkley, without all the leaning and all that stuff, maybe he wouldn't turn out to be Charles Barkley without the physicalness. It's different. And
also good...
Has the game gotten less physical?
Less physical, and it's more of a shooting.
Why is that?
Scoring.
It's just the rules.
Same as football.
Yeah.
Same as football. Like now, all anyone wants to see is passes.
It's like 3-point shots, 3-point.
Yeah,
it's more like it's more. I don't want to say watered down because it's
an
not
offensive game. Now.
It's more of an offensive
Defense,
game.
no
It's taking away the defensive. Like you can't touch.
Like James Harden literally is like, all right, just score, give me the ball.
If you took the championship Bulls when Jordan,
they
was
would
there with
be
Pippen,
great now.
They would be great,
and they would adjust.
They'd be the best team of all time.
And just like just like the Golden State Warriors would adjust back then. It's like. For these guys to go on TV, all of them, Oscar Robertson, Bill Russell, and all of them, and question the greatness of somebody like Stephen Curry, who not only is great, he's classy and all that stuff. Like, again, Stephen Curry is better than Kenny Smith on his very best day. Stephen Curry could have easily done what Kenny Smith did for be a spot-up shooter for the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, easy. But this is the thing. I think today's athletes, it's with all sports. They're just better athletes.
It's the evolution of man.
The evolution of man. They're better athletes.
It's just evolution.
Stephen Curry's only played basketball his entire life.
Yeah.
He's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
He went to summer camps. They have all those leagues now.
Yeah.
So you have better athletes. They're better at basketball.
And then
they have better fundamentals.
Yeah.
So the game's different, man.
Wow.
I don't like to see those guys shitting on these guys, and like LeBron James wouldn't dominate in Charles. He would shit on Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith. Like he would dominate now. He would dominate then. Russell Westbrook would dominate now. He'd dominate then. Like
Russell Westbrook's my favorite player.
He's a freak.
He's my favorite.
He's a freak. You know who Russell Westbrook
Yes,
is, Brian?
I do.
What team does he play for?
First of all, he's a forward.
No.
Yeah, he's a
What
guard.
color is he?
He's a point guard.
What color is he?
He's black. He's a beautiful caramel, actually. Let's be honest.
He is a caramel.
And not only is he a beautiful caramel, I've never seen anybody move that quickly. And I saw him in person at the airport. And
No, you didn't.
He's one of the most.
He did tell me about this.
He's truly, and Dwight Howard. He's the best looking man I've ever seen. But
no, he's too big.
Stefan
He's 7
Curry,
foot
right.
tall.
Now Russell Westbrook.
Clothes look silly.
I remember looking at him going, "That's as perfect as a human being can look."
You
His
say that about a lot of
but
men.
His
Yeah, he
skin
does.
and his body and just the way he
his
moved.
stature.
He's It's like somebody took a tiger and stretched caramel
A
skin
little too
over
into it, B.
Yeah.
How about he finish ahead of Durant for MVP voting?
I think that Russell Westbrook right now is when they say the guy on the team. I think he's the motor, and as great as Kevin Durant is, I think because Russell Westbrook is so relentless, good, bad, or indifferent. He's just so relentless. It's his team.
I agree.
He's the guy.
Well,
on that
I also
team.
think his mentality. It's his.
You
team.
can't, and he doesn't waver. Like good, bad, or indifferent, he doesn't fucking waver.
I think one of them needs to leave. Though.
Yeah, it's over.
I think Durant's coming to Lakers.
I think so too. I
hope he doesn't go to the Knicks.
Why does one need to leave? Because they're
just too.
They're both too great.
They're not going to
males.
win the championship this year. They played well together, but I think like it's run its course. Unless they could bring somebody in.
Unless they do
like
it this year. Unless they do it this year. I think
they're not going to do it this year. Even if somehow
Dude, they're kind of handling the Spurs, and people
I know.
forget because Golden State's such a beast. The Spurs had one of the greatest seasons of all time
Yeah.
too, and Oklahoma's kind of handling.
Yeah, they are. But
And with Steph Curry being kind of fucked up, I don't know,
did you see
man.
him the other night?
Yeah, he went off.
He went off.
Went
he went
off.
into a
He's a
fucking zone.
motherfucker.
He's a motherfucker.
Their
And you
team
ever
is
seen him in
good.
real life?
Yeah, he's not big, man.
He's 6'3"
Think how talented he is.
and 180.
Think about his
He looks very thin.
If you saw it, why is it always like you're looking
no,
like
because
you're
for
reading
me,
the body
because for
type?
me, honestly,
You thought he was gonna
Why
be
is it always,
big?
no, but
When
why
you
is it
see
always
me-
like it's the body
because
type?
when you see me, if you were to see video of me on a tennis court,
How do we
and
go
you see
from
me-
fucking Steph Curry to
But
you?
Because I'm very similar.
Why do you always
in
bring it
how-
back to you?
Because I'm diminutive. I'm not big. But when you try to play me on a court, if you try
you
to step
play
in,
tennis?
God help you, step
plays
into
all
a
the time.
boxing ring with
Can
me.
you play tennis?
I'm so elusive. You know what they call me? It's like grabbing water. They call me Grab Water. That's my nickname in the wrestling circle.
You know,
Can he play tennis?
Yes, he can.
Dude.
He actually can. I played
I
tennis
would
with
love
him.
to play
That's one
tennis.
thing he's really good at is tennis.
Just look at me.
Doubles.
Look at me. Honestly, we play tennis. Look at me. Look at me in there.
I'm
Ready?
looking at you.
You don't touch the ball.
Hey B, what's the coach tell you?
Can I tell
Brian's
you what the coach might?
you know what he
The
said?
guy
Go ahead,
I
tell
play
him.
with, he's a pro. You know what he says?
What?
He looks at me. He goes, hey,
What
bro.
does he say?
He goes, bro,
What?
you're a sponge.
Your coach says this?
Hold on.
Don't
hold on,
touch me.
Hold on.
Don't touch
Look at
me.
me. Keep
Don't
looking at me.
fucking- Don't put
Keep
your
looking
don't
at
put
me.
your dick beaters on me,
Keep
bro.
looking at me. Keep looking
Don't
at
put
me.
your fucking dick.
I touch my dick with my right hand. Now look at
ahead.
me. I'm kidding. I have to use both hands.
Go
Now
ahead.
listen. Look at me.
Go ahead.
And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, dude, I tell you one thing once.
Yeah.
You put it into your repertoire.
And that's it.
Like the Matrix.
Yeah.
He's
look,
just impressed with
no,
you.
can I be honest with you?
You guys should
Can
play.
I be? You know very few athletes.
I can't believe we've been talking about
I
Steph
know,
Curry in the
hold on.
NBA. You
Steph
brought
Curry,
to
and
him.
then
Very
it's
few
on
guys.
Did you see
I'm
Steph's
just being
NBA
very
or
few
his
guys can
MVP?
download
the best.
information.
He's the best.
How about
He's a sponge.
Kerr? How about Kerr goes 9 years ago? His mom looked at him in the face and went, "Do you think he's gonna make it in the NBA?"
Isn't that
'Cause
crazy?
He was on the bubble. Wow. He played at a very low
Late
level
bloomer.
school.
Late bloomer.
No, he just his size. Like they didn't know his game. It was really like his size because he was like he's 6'3" and he's not a traditional point guard. He's a scorer. I think it was just you don't know how it was gonna pan out. Like
It's kind of the same thing with like a.
But when
Drew
you watch him in
Brees. Like a
David-
Drew Brees,
Right.
he was so small. Like I don't know, man.
Right.
And he gets in there, and torches everyone. And
But
then
he
you
was a
then you see
motherfucker in
move-
college.
Then you see a movement though.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Ooh, we need small quarterbacks." Like,
Yeah.
nah, bitch,
No.
it doesn't work like that.
But he's a freak, Steph Curry.
As you guys who
and
follow
classy.
sports.
Hold on, I'm talking to this man about fucking sports. I'm talking fucking NBA. I know that.
You know what? I have a very
Do you
important,
know that the
comprehensive
playoffs are
question.
going on?
Do I ever?
Well, I just want to ask one thing. Who am I? No, but let's move off of
Spurs.
Steph Curry. I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Brian wanted. Do I need the mic here?
Yeah.
Is that right?
You can probably hear you.
He wanted to bring in some French motivational speaker or a French philosopher.
I couldn't even tell you, man.
Listen.
Well, who did I fill in for today? Because I'm a fill-in guest.
No,
today.
no, you're not a fill-in.
No, but he
You
wanted to
were
bring.
I had to override it.
Okay, who did you want to bring in?
I like
He's like a low-level Tony Robbins
I
guy.
like the
A
diversify.
low-level
No.
French Tony Robbins
Yeah,
guy?
il est français. Now, écoute-moi. Sorry, I speak French. The point is, I'm funny in two languages. Look. I want you to keep going about Stephen Curry, but what I was going to ask you guys, a very important question. When you talk about Stephen Curry, you talk about late bloomers and stuff, you talk about Drew Brees. What's interesting is that when you assess an athlete, right, you've got like ways to assess an athlete. Jump high, run fast, lift weight, lift a lot of weight,
Yeah.
whatever, explosive. Then there's that X factor, that weird X factor that some people seem to embrace or get better as they go, right? So what factor is that in athleticism?
Well, it's more the scouts, they look for your prototypical player, you know, big, tall, in college, whatever. He didn't come from your typical Division I powerhouse. His dad played in the NBA. He was a smaller guy. He didn't really fit a system at the time.
And they didn't know what position, because he was like considered a shooter and a scorer, but he was the size of like a traditional point guard.
Right.
He didn't get any offers out of high school, really.
So why is it that guy or Drew Brees, is it that they're so elusive? How are they able to?
They're so skilled, and the thing with Curry's
so skilled.
He's
the best.
Statistically, he's the best shooter. He's the best shooter of all time.
Statistically,
right?
and just. He's not just a spot up shooter. Which a spot up shooter is like someone who could get it and they pass and he shoot. He could dribble. His handle is the way he handles the ball, both ways, the angles that he does it, and the fact that he could shoot off the dribble and he could be a spot up shooter.
Here's an argument, because they were saying, well, we don't know how Steph Curry would do. Remember, they moved the three-point line back. That bitch is shooting basically from half.
Let him shoot. Move it back.
Yes.
So that kind of thing is of like the intangible, which is probably a touch and a feel that either comes from thousands of hours.
He has.
But
his work ethic's
you really
insane.
see that with him. That touch in the field.
Yeah.
You see that with him.
It's artistry. It's a form of artistry. Because I was watching him. I was watching
it's
like
perfection.
I don't know anything about basketball, but I'll tell you this. I was watching him lean on dudes the way I would do on you.
Yeah.
The way I would do on you.
Demonstrate.
So I'm leaning on you. Get your hand off me, man. Ref.
Ref.
Yeah. Gee, tell him to watch his fucking hands, bro.
Watch.
So I'm leaning.
You're posting, B?
Look at, see how I do, Sam? Look at the water. See how I smell like peaches? Look like that. And then bang, and I shoot. Now his ability.
What's the now?
So,
like you don't have to
there's
no point. The now is supposed to be point.
That's because there's no rim. But listen to me. The point I'm making is that when I watch that dude, he looks like he's made of water.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's
the
on
best.
some Bruce Lee shit.
Yeah.
Another thing
you have them winning the finals?
I have them in Cleveland going into something. I don't know.
I think Cleveland beats them right now.
Me too.
Because Kevin Love,
they're playing good,
and Kyrie Irving. Now they're gelling.
They're playing good.
Those are some motherfuckers.
They're playing good, but I mean, as much as I know about basketball, I've heard people talk about the matchups, and this is where like I don't even, as much as I follow it, the matchups of the way the best Cleveland lineup versus the best Golden State lineup. Edges, Golden State, but who the fuck knows? And also, these guys have more games. Ankle tweak, slip on the floor.
If Steph was 100% healthy, it's like
he looked 100% healthy with 17 points in overtime the other night.
But all right, let's say we're going balls deep into Game 7 against Cleveland. That ankle's gonna take some wear and tear.
Well, they're all gonna be fucking hopped up on Red Bulls.
Remember
and
LeBron
coffees.
last year? I felt bad for him. This dude makes
he did it on his own.
$2 gajillion a year, and I was like, God damn, someone give him a Gatorade or something. He was exhausted.
Yeah.
Playing with scrubs and holding it down.
And
holding it the fuck
It was
down.
6 games they went, right?
6 games.
He's a true beast, isn't he?
An animal. A beast.
He's the best athlete in the world to me.
I went to the Knicks and watched him play, and like he was like playing sort of hard, like at the top, and when he goes full, you're just like, I mean, the size and the speed, and just how he's 6'9", 270,
shredded.
Now, can you be 6'9", 270 shredded without lifting weights?
I think they do a lot of weightlifting. I was reading.
I don't think he does a lot of weightlifting, but I think genetics.
He's on some freak shit.
He's just and like everyone's like, I don't know if that's natural, blah, certain guys. When you meet certain athletes, you're like, oh yeah, we don't all start from the same.
Dude, Javon Curse. When I met Javon Curse, I'm not exaggerating.
He was a big motherfucker, right?
I am
Called him
not.
the freak.
I've never seen hands that big. My wife was talking. My wife goes, "Look at your hands." She just did. She went, and he went, "Oh yeah," and he stuck his hands up. I've never seen. I don't know how to describe how big his hands were.
Huge. I mean, he had the biggest. I think at the time he had the biggest hands in the NFL.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
He also at the combine registered one of the biggest hands. I worked out with him in Florida.
Did you really?
Him and Rashad Evans
shredded out of his mind.
Oh,
was he on
just
some other
fucking white guy?
Did you feel like a regular athlete?
I felt like fucking the little
bro.
giants.
You see how big he was standing between Justin Tuck and Alden Smith. We were at a wedding, and I always look at Brendan as being bigger than anybody in the room. And I'm telling you, I'm looking at him between Justin Tuck and Alden Smith, and I looked at Brendan and I went, well, Brendan looks like a regular guy right now.
What did you look like?
Well,
You look
because
like
of
a hobbit.
because of my charisma, I look I'm right there with
Taller?
those guys.
But
Yeah.
did you feel like inferior, like because you feel you like in general, like
Yeah.
did you like what did you look like when you saw that and like
He
you were
puffs
like,
his neck out.
Yeah, I have a thick neck, and also I have such alpha status. I'm an apex alpha. That's what they call an apex alpha. So men follow me naturally and ask me questions the way you're looking
Natural
at me now.
leader.
See how you're hanging on my words and your mouth is open? See how your mouth always slacks a little bit? That's a natural submissive posture.
Good look. Hey, Rap.
So that's not your fault. That's not your fault. You're
Hey,
naturally
Rap,
submissive.
when you go on ESPN, do you have to consciously tell yourself not to fly off the hinges?
the cursing?
You should have seen him. Yeah, you should have.
No, I don't.
He's the
I
greatest.
just-
You should have seen
I
it.
just should've seen him.
Because I love it. This was the LA studio, right? And
Yeah,
they asked
yeah,
you about
yeah. I don't-
NBA,
I'm-
and you
I'm
started to
good.
get heated. I'm like, oh, keep going.
Bro,
keep
he
going.
was coaching my nephew's
Oh, yeah.
12-year-old team.
Oh, yeah, you
12-year-olds.
told me.
He's going, I don't know why I do this shit. What the fuck are you doing?
No, I wasn't cursing at the kids,
Bro,
That's not true.
And my brother-in-law goes, he's the only guy who can get away with it because he's so passionate.
No, I didn't curse. at
You
the
go, I don't know why I wake up for this shit. I really don't. And you're about,
But no Fs, maybe a shit, whatever, when
What?
they were 12, but no Fs, and I never cursed at the kids.
No, just in general.
No.
In
You curse,
general.
You curse in general at the air.
And
he's so passionate that the parents don't mind.
You
Cool.
saw, that's right, you
As
saw
long as
me.
they're winning.
Greatest thing I've
does,
ever seen.
Does,
So
does
much
ESPN
fun.
know what they're signing up for when they brought you in?
Totally. I've
Yeah.
never on live TV ever cursed.
Yeah,
ever.
me
Not one time. And one time on live TV I said retard. And
Ooh,
you
that's a
can't say
no-no.
that.
Hell
but
no.
when I grew up,
Me too.
I took care of a kid. He was retarded, and he and his mother
I thought
said
mentally retarded was okay, and now
I
it's
grew up-
not.
I grew up
mentally
with
challenged, slow. These things
No,
that's
now they
worse
say-
than
now
retarded.
Now they say developmentally delayed.
I'd rather be retarded.
No,
than that.
there's a different word for
I'd
it.
rather you call me retarded than developmentally
Mentally
delayed.
handicapped?
Mentally handicapped
Mentally,
because
yeah.
I grew up with retard was normal.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's retarded. Or,
Take care
don't
of this
be
kid.
retarded.
Don't let him walk in the street. He's retarded. Thank you. This is
Straight up.
And
I
now,
grew up with that. Oh, dude. But I dated a girl who her brother or something
Was
like that was
retarded.
But the thing is, it really bothered him and the mom.
Yeah.
If you call him-
because I went, oh man, he's retarded. Don't let him do that. They flipped out, and I saw the pain in their eyes, so I never used the word
Yeah.
retarded anymore.
But you should say, he's developmentally delayed?
No, he's mentally handicapped.
Okay. And retarded. Yeah, I mean,
so-
I'm sorry.
From Aurora, we say retarded.
Well,
Yeah.
so I'm doing stand up, and the guy before me who opened, a good guy, and he did a joke, and all he said was, he goes, "Well, the guy's a retard in the
can't do
joke."
that.
And
Yeah, you can't do
guy in the audience went, "Boo!"
Right.
Boo!
Go back to Williamsburg,
Shame
you
on
hipster
you.
fuck.
Well,
and then
that's
after
tough.
the show, he came up to me and said, "My son's retarded. I don't like that word." And I always make sure people know. And I was like, Jesus.
It's different
I never-
if
Show him
if
you
it
should have pulled out your
affects you.
dick and be like, what about this?
Yeah,
You should have said, "Is this retarded?"
Yeah, what do you think about that?
When
this
people see
retarded?
it, they go, "Bro, that thing is fucking retarded."
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
said,
they should have
retarded
said,
is New York
or
for
you
big
should have
as
said,
shit.
go get on the train, get the fuck back to Williamsburg, you hipster fuck you.
No, he wasn't. He was a cop from Orange County, though.
You got to watch out for those guys.
Yeah, you do. There's no crime.
We're headed to your beloved New York.
You
next
guys are
week.
performing?
Next week.
Gramercy
Yeah.
Theater. Why don't you come in Barker?
What
Be a
day?
Barker, why don't you hold the fucking billboard for us?
No, I'm
Wear
not
one.
doing that.
Look at me.
No, I'm
Wear
not doing
one.
that.
Look at me. Wear
day are
one.
we there?
Spin the sign around?
Yes.
I got
Spin
you.
the sign around. We'll dress you up like a fucking turkey. Look at me. I'll spend money on I'll get something off Amazon for $29.95. I'll give you.
I'm down. What's the date?
$78.
We're there the 19th. We're in New York the 18th, and the show's the 19th. You know what, B? We don't need him to get in the suit. It's sold out.
Sold out.
It's sold out
But
already?
do it anyway. I'll put some hard candy in your mouth. You can suck the hard candy, and that'll be your gift. You fucking candy sucking turkey, wearing a bill.
I thought you were about to say you candy
What
sucking
happened? I'm doing a kid a
retard.
solid. I'll put some.
I'm offering him $78 to spin a sign around.
Spend 78
What
American
else is he
dollars
gonna
on
do with
this asshole.
himself?
What's he gonna
Hey,
do?
are you in NY next week or what?
Yeah.
Are you really?
The
We're there the 18th and 19th.
we're the 19th. Yeah, I am. I'll be there.
So maybe we throw
What's
you
up,
up on
dog?
stage for 1 minute.
$78.
Yeah, we'll throw you up
Because
on
I'm
stage.
not
You
doing
get-
it. Like I've come down, and this is my fourth appearance.
Yeah.
You got
At
any other
least.
fourth time people come on this
No.
fucking thing? No, they come.
What
They
did I
one
say?
and done.
I said, "Rap, I need you." I put out the rap signal.
That's it. He's the best.
The best.
Okay, so but
my
who
workshop.
are the people that were sort of like, because your fans were hitting me like, yo, so and so's trying to compete with Whitney Cummings and her dick jokes. Sorry, she's great, love her, successful, respect her, beautiful comedian. I know
People
you
like that one because of the history between me and Whitney, but it's
Whoa,
different.
what's the
Oh,
history?
yeah, I was Jerry Springer in that one.
Hold up, what do you mean the history? What was the
on,
history?
bro.
I don't know what the history. What was the history?
Things happened for a while. I said to Whitney, I go, listen to me. He's a beautiful man. I understand. Women love him. I go, but what
was the history
when
though?
When you got a wolf, you pet him. You don't pet him. You look him through the cage. You don't make him a pet. You can't tame a wolf.
Right.
You can't tame a wolf.
Did you discuss the history?
A little bit, yeah.
What was
Whitney and I
discussed in a
dated
nutshell?
For a while. We dated for a while.
Okay, was this before the fighter and the kid?
During it.
Okay, so
Kind of.
this was through you, sort of, because I would imagine like that's like
Yeah,
that's.
I'm Cupid. I told you. I
So
put you
so
together.
then obviously me and her broke up, and then I haven't seen her really talk to her in a while. And one of our, I think Joey Diaz was coming, he canceled, and Brian goes, "Oh, I got a guess." I'm like, "You got one?" He goes, "Yeah," because I thought it was just me and him. I'm like, "Cool." So we're sitting here. I'm like, "Who is it?" And he's all, "Whitney." I'm like, "Who?" He's all, "Whitney." I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And then she rolls in.
Of course, we love Whitney.
Of course.
Love
It
her.
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but
She was great.
But are you guys are still cool after you
Super cool.
dated?
Yeah, I love that girl.
Like so dated like you guys went to the movies, or was it like a dating like sort of after 10 p.m. type of dating?
No, like straight up. Yeah, no, dated. Like
After
she was
10
my girl.
after 10 p.m. Bro.
Like after you know what I'm
No.
saying? There's either dated like, oh, we're gonna go do something during the daytime, or oh, I only see you after 10 p.m. kind of.
No, she wasn't a booty call. No.
Okay,
No,
okay. I'm
we
just
would-
trying to because you said the history.
No, we were close.
Okay.
we were
Whitney,
close.
Whitney's got a girl that you cannot help but be friends with as well. She's
No,
great.
I know. I just wanted to be
No,
clear
yeah,
because
I hear you. Like booty call, something like that. That wouldn't even
No.
be fun though if she was on here. with
Whitney
that.
doesn't do that. Whitney would be like, "Go fuck yourself."
Why not?
Well, she might if but it's on her terms. I mean,
Okay, I got it. I'm just. You said there was a history, and I didn't watch the episode because I don't.
You were mad. Fans reached out to you and was like, "Yo, Whitney's coming for that title, son."
Yeah, well, Big Black, and then some other fucking guy you mentioned, and Conor McGregor, and
Who else did we have that was?
Who else have we done?
Conor McGregor was in here.
Theo
Vaughn.
Vaughn. I said Theo Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Never heard of him either.
We had Frank Mir recently. We had
I don't talk shit about UFC guys. He might not have been the best guest, but that's all I'm going to say. Frank Mir, because I know who he is, and I'm sure he wasn't the best guest. Great fighter, but I'm not going to say anything else.
Frank's actually very articulate. Frank's
Yeah.
good.
Can you think of a basketball player who'd be good on here? I was trying to think.
Oh, if I get a basketball, I'm bringing him on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. I'm not fucking passing him off to you guys.
Oh no, we have our own contact.
You know what
I'm
we'll
just
do?
saying.
You know what we'll do? We'll have the basketball player on, and I'll mention your podcast, and you'll get huge ratings.
Imagine if you get a basketball player on here and Brian is here. You don't want to do
Carlos
that interview.
Boozer, I said next to him on the plane. We'll bring
Maybe
him on.
you fill
Carlos
in.
Boozer.
Maybe you and I do it. Maybe you and I do it, Rap.
Yeah, because you don't want to bring unless you're gonna like fucking put like an earpiece in him and like feed him questions. Because if we get a basketball player, a football player.
I would ask. All right, watch. This.
Okay,
Be
so
Carlos.
pretend I'm
You're Steph Curry.
I'm Steph Curry. No,
Steph
forget.
Austin.
Here we go. Pretend I'm here. I got one. Pretend I'm
Meta World Peace. Meta World Peace.
Okay.
Oh, no problem. Watch this. Ready? Meta World Peace. Sorry.
What was my name before Meta World Peace? What was my man? You bring me on your podcast. What was my name before it was Meta World Peace?
This guy, I love this man, and that's the thing about you. You've always been so feisty.
No, I don't know.
and
You're
so-
your guy over here.
Sorry,
You bring
man.
me on your show, and you
Huh?
don't know my name before it was Meta World Peace. Like, yo, what kind of fucking racket is this?
Hey,
shit?
hey, of course I know your
I'll
name,
help him
but
out.
I'm respecting
It's
him.
Ron
Of
Artest.
course it's Ron Artest. Now listen, Ron.
You're gonna go, no, Ron Artest, take it easy. I mean, Meta World Peace.
Yeah, and Ron, you chose to change your name because you're aware of your influence. What drives you, Ron? What is it that really?
Now you call me
drives-
Meta,
out.
my man.
I
You call
mean
me
Meta.
Meta.
I'm
Don't
out,
call me
I'm
Meta.
out.
man.
I'm
Sorry,
out. That's
Meta.
boring
Shit.
as fuck.
All right, let me try.
We can't do that
Let me try
with this.
Stefan.
Nah,
Let me
don't
try
do it.
Stefan. Let me
You
try
can't do
Stefan.
it.
Let me try Stefan.
It's Steph.
Steph.
What's my daughter's name, Duke?
Right. So Steph. Steph.
Dude, how cute is she? What the fuck?
Yeah,
That
your
little
daughter. Your
rascal.
daughter is fucking scrumptious.
Okay,
Now let me
well,
ask you
no,
this.
B.
See, now she's 5.
Scrumptious?
Ah,
She's
shit,
5.
five.
I
She's
thought maybe
5.
she was 20, dog.
Nah, dude.
Hey, don't say dog either.
I'm trying to be like all street. Yo, you're my man. You're my man. Yo, first of all, mad props.
He did talk
mad
like
props
this when
to
we
my-
had 50 Cent.
I know. I heard
As
about
As soon
that.
as
My-
50
my
Cent
boy-
came in the hallway, he was like, "Oh, what's up, dog?"
Yeah, he's like,
Yo.
he's like rolling down. He's like singing Snoop Dogg lyrics. He thinks it's like it's
Yo, my man, Steph Curry up in this bitch right now,
Nah,
representing.
that's just Steph Curry's like a regular dude.
Yeah,
like,
he really is.
I
He's
know, but
not
when
very
I-
street.
when
His
I-
dad,
when I
he grew-
talk-
his dad was in the NBA. He grew up pretty.
Yeah, like
Oh,
you're
shit.
offending. You're offending people already, man. Like
All
you
right.
don't know who Meta World Peace is. Like what the fuck are you
I know
doing?
who the fuck Meta World Peace is. Stefan, what's up with this water, man? The way you move on bitches, man, and sink them fucking threes. That's pretty
Okay,
good.
I'm offended.
Yeah, nah, yeah. So,
All right, well, I guess the interview didn't go
well,
very
what
well.
else is up with you guys, man? Let me talk to him about some sports shit.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor
Yeah.
who got that ass put to sleep
Yeah, took
real
a
proper.
chance, yeah.
Took a chance.
Real
But that was
proper.
the chance he wanted, though.
Don't say
For
put
sure.
that ass to sleep real proper.
No,
He
it's
put that
funny.
ass to sleep
Great.
real proper.
He did put
Yo,
it
if you
to sleep.
talk shit like that,
Yeah.
and you get that ass put
You
to
got
sleep
dealt
real
with,
proper,
yeah.
that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And especially when you talk.
He encourages that.
He-
Well, that was the backlash you're gonna get. He gets a different backlash than Ronda got.
Of
because
course.
Ronda. We know Conor's doing it for the ratings. He's an artist. He's an entertainer, and he also backs up. With Ronda, we know it comes from a different place. So I think her backlash was completely different than Conor.
I agree. And because he sort of, I get it. It's promotion. He's playing the villain.
Playing the
He's humble. He always says, "I'm humble in defeat. I'm humble in victory." And when he wins, he goes over. And
Of course.
he's also that way.
Just like Floyd, who I have problems with.
Yeah.
Like after the fight, he goes over and
Yes.
after the press conference, he's
Yeah,
always giving.
he's really cool.
It's promotion. It's wrestling. And
Personally, I love Floyd Mayweather, and personally,
I don't love him.
well, here
No,
I
he's
like
him
done
as
some
a
crazy
boxer.
shit.
I'm
As
so-
a boxer,
You can't be hitting women, be my
That's
friend.
right.
Nah.
I'm just so I agree with you on that.
We can't
I
say
just
love,
what I
though.
mean is I'm just so in awe of him as a boxer, and what I love about him is the fact that he, in a sport that has broken so many people, he's a guy who's come out of it so
he won.
wealthy without a mark on his face.
and all the money in his pocket.
His father and his uncle,
It's
who
good
had
he
been through
left,
the
though.
machine, the meat grinder, taught him, and he's just a work.
He was
of art.
hurting the sport.
work
The
of
sport's
art.
never been better now.
Really?
He's
You
gone.
think so?
Boxing?
100%. Yeah, I think it's better than ever right now that he's gone.
But there's
'Cause
no
he's such a-
stars. So can you name 5 boxers straight up right now? Like if can you name 5 boxers?
Yeah, I'm balls deep in boxing. I love boxing.
Why is everything balls deep? He caramel skin. Like what kind of
Sexual.
fucking show is this shit, man? Like
We're sexual, bro. We're sexual.
But this is the
Sexual.
thing about boxing. With,
Balls
with
deep
Floyd-
is a really, really aggressive.
it means I'm fucking in. bro.
I'm
I
balls
got
deep,
that.
son.
I got that.
Come
But
on.
That's like after 10 p.m. Like your balls. You're like, I'm here. It's the middle of the afternoon. Like, yo, I'm drinking my coffee.
Well, I just
like-
want to give you
or-
a
or
reference.
you could say,
know?
No, I hear you.
Does
I
this-
hear you.
is
You
this-
could say like, yo, I fucks with boxing. I'm a big fan of boxing.
How
Like,
about this? How about
Okay.
this? How about this? Instead of balls
Of course,
deep,
I know 5 boxers. I follow it.
No,
you know,
no,
like
how about
balls,
this?
Balls
deep.
deep, it's
my
like,
man. Nah,
I got
you
my
just keep
black
saying
belt.
it. Nah, yeah, I don't want your black belt and your balls being deep.
Bro,
I don't want
bro,
any
how
of
about
that.
this? How about
shit.
this? Instead of balls deep, pushed to the bristle. Is that better? Pushed to the
Well,
bristle.
no, I don't like that either, but that doesn't give me a good
Cram
visual.
to the hilt. I'm just trying to help, guys. Cram to the.
Cram to- I'm sure
how
to fit
about
in here.
cram to the hilt?
I'm trying to
How
ask
about-
the
how
guy
about-
who has insight. They're not
so-
boxing each other, Conor McGregor versus Floyd. And if they did, I bet
There's a
everything I
conversation.
own on Floyd Mayweather would.
Oh, everyone would. But there's a conversation, and Dana was on the Dan Patrick show this morning, and Dan Patrick actually hit him with some good questions. Which
Hit
is
Dana
rare.
with?
Yeah, and he was like, "Yo, Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, would you let it happen?" And Dana goes, "People got to understand, Conor McGregor's under contract with the UFC, so unless he comes to us with it, he ain't fighting anybody else." He goes, "But if Floyd Mayweather's serious, come talk to me, and they'll make it happen." So, but Conor didn't start these rumors. Floyd did.
Oh, okay.
Floyd called Conor out. How crazy is that?
to box.
Just box.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I got
just
the
box.
conversation of would he beat him in UFC? Of course. And I bet you Floyd Mayweather would beat him in ping pong. They're 2 different fucking
It's
sports.
stupid. Yeah, it's
such a
stupid.
dumb conversation.
It'd be a crazy payday, but
I think it would be embarrassing to boxing.
I think it'd be embarrassing to the UFC.
For both. I think the whole
so do
thing
I.
would be embarrassing.
It'd be a shit show.
Yeah.
It'd get crazy ratings, but it'd be a shit show.
It would be
wouldn't
the
a good
greatest
idea.
shit-talking event of any
All
sport
time.
of any time because you have 2 guys and then the race element and they both talk shit and the Irish and it would just
Tons
be
of money.
tons
Cool,
of money.
cool.
But the actual event would
Be
be
shit.
It would be
I-
pathetic.
it'd be a
Floyd
shit
could
show.
Put him to sleep.
Floyd,
make him
see,
miss.
but this is my
Yeah, it would be-
Floyd being out of the game is better for boxing because he was such a defensive fighter,
Right.
And he was holding these belts, you know,
Right.
And,
De La Hoya said the same
and it
thing.
wasn't fun.
I hear
He
you.
wasn't like, and I love like Floyd Mayweather, the fighter. I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me how he doesn't take punches and he's beating these great guys and stuff like
Yeah.
that. He's not finishing anyone, man. He's
No.
not an entertaining fighter.
No.
And now
And his hands
you
got
have guys
weaker.
like Canelo, Triple G, Danny Garcia. I mean, there
come
are some
in, they
fucking
brawl.
monsters.
They
Yeah, no,
brawl.
you're right.
Thurman,
You're right.
Porter. I
You're
mean,
right.
you got some crazy
No,
dudes
you're
right
right.
now.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
And
I agree.
and you can see the different matchups going down.
How does Sean Porter do with against Canelo, as an example? Because we watched.
It'd be a
him
tough
spar.
fight. Porter has a tough fight because he's fighting Thurman, Thurman's a power hitter.
Yeah.
That's a fucking fight, man. We don't have to get too deep into it, but again, I think Floyd.
You don't want to get balls deep into
I
the
think Floyd
the
getting out of the sports is better for the sport.
that makes sense.
Oscar De La Hoya wrote an article in Playboy magazine about that.
Did you read it?
And I did, and he
Or
said,
did you just read the
Well, I buy.
hype.
Yeah, I only buy it for the articles.
They're only articles
but
now.
I have sex with the girls. But Floyd, I mean,
Have you ever been with a
Oscar-
Playboy bunny?
Yes,
For
I
real?
Have. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with that kind of gal. Now,
You know a bunny.
Yeah, and I don't see them and go, oh, yeah, he came too fast. Yeah, leave, please. That's what you.
What
do,
is
isn't it?
that?
That's what Mike. If you hear Mike behind a closed door, and I have, yeah, don't move.
And I have.
And I have.
Please, I can't even get balls deep
And
yet.
what were you doing when you were listening?
Huh?
What were you doing when you were listening to me do that? You fucking sick bastard.
Yeah, I
No, what were you doing to yourself when you were listening?
I was crouched
you
and
nasty.
I was crouched and jacking.
You nasty.
Yeah, I was.
Can you
crouched
place the
naked.
poll to your fans? We want to change the name to the fighter and let them vote.
No, dude, I
Just
don't
let 'em
want.
vote on the
stop
name in general?
rousing up the masses. with
Let
your
them vote.
ideas.
The
No.
fighter and the I bet you there's creative fans.
What would be good? What do you
I don't
think?
know. I think there's somebody out there in the Twitter
Don't be
world.
condescending. What would you change it to? And
The
don't be
fighter and the
condescending.
kid who comes into work wearing knee pads.
Dude, that's condescending.
I don't think
bro.
it's that too long either.
It's condescending, and it's you're
No,
implying that I get on my
Rap, we
knees.
need a little help because he used to be Evan the Beard, and then now he's just Evan because he shaved that glorious
Apparently that's a
beard.
problem.
Did you have a beard or long hair?
Beard.
Beard.
I knew it was some fucking thing.
Big old beard.
Giant beard.
You
Evan,
shaved it.
Call
Yeah.
yourself Evan.
You look like you don't look like you came out of you look good. You look because before it was like Evan, the guy from the methadone clinic, and now it's like you look
or
clean.
maybe it's Evan shave even more, and then let Rap and I make money off you on Grinder.
Throw me on a street corner. I bet I can make a couple bucks.
Yeah, right. Get him in a small half top.
It's a weird direction to go with a
We
nickname.
rent him
but
out.
yeah,
we
sure.
rent him out to guys. Rent him out to businessmen. You know what I mean? Who are married. But
Yeah,
they
and?
got a secret.
and
You know what I'm saying?
And then what?
Secret.
Yeah.
This kid has got a great attitude. He's a college boy, and the words I
And he's
can't,
fresh shaven.
The words I can't and no are not in his dictionary.
Exactly. I like it.
Oh, he's flexible.
I just
and
want
he moves
10%.
around.
He's
And
flexible. He moves
never,
around.
He will never stop smiling, no matter what you do. And
Ever.
by the way,
won't do
he's into rough stuff.
He's down for rough.
He's down for rough.
rough check.
Balls deep
Right.
in
It's
rough
like
stuff.
it's like every check.
Rough
Evan
check.
the check mark.
This young,
Rough check. Anal, you bet.
this young guy is sturdy as it gets, and he's about as close to a human chew toy as you get. You go ahead and toss him around. His name is Evan.
Rough check. Anal, you win.
Yeah, he's the fucking human check mark. It's like everything.
Just everything. All of the Evan, all the above.
And the actor,
Evan, all
Evan,
the above.
all the above.
and the actor Michael Rapaport. You won't remember him, but he'll be there holding the video.
Wait,
camera.
whoa.
happened?
Whoa. When you say you don't remember him,
you-
that's like a kind of shot at me?
He's throwing some shade your way, buddy.
No, what did I say?
What'd you say?
No, I just meant.
About what?
Because I feel like Rap's
No,
a
some people don't
pretty
watch-
busy dude in this
Yeah, pretty
business.
busy.
No, some people just don't watch.
Huh?
Well, you were on the.
They didn't see my man as a loser?
No, I didn't see that. I can't believe I didn't change our careers. What are you doing right now? Because you never stop working.
Your podcast is getting big.
It's pretty big. I think it, like the Iron
Are
Rapport
the
series.
are the
Why
shirts?
didn't
Are
have
you
me on
guys?
it?
Thanks for
You've not had me on it.
You
It's
thanks for.
amazing.
Well, I don't like. My texts get like sometimes returned, sometimes not returned. That's why me and Brendan have like a.
That's because I get a
You've
text
also
from
never asked me to be on it either.
The one time I asked you, I think you. I
was out
said
of town or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll get a text from Rap that just says, "Bro, suck it." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Suck it good. Come over." I'm like, I'm busy. I'm married.
That means
dude.
you want a podcast.
Is that what it means?
That's code word for like, yo, I want to.
don't know.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
That's always
know
the
that
fucking.
either.
Yeah, of course. It's
Okay.
across the
That's
board.
that New York talk.
If somebody saw our text,
if you
we'd get
ever
arrested.
want, yeah, it'd be.
Yeah, it'd be bad. Now let
So,
me ask
what,
you this.
so the podcast is blown up. The shirts are going good too.
Shirts are going good. Thanks for all the help with that. I appreciate that. I reached out. I was like, because you guys were big in the shirt game, but I appreciate the help.
Still are.
I know. I say so, but thanks for hooking me up with a T-shirt.
Dude, how many fucking
No,
times-
where's your fucking brother? What's his name? He's the T-shirt guy.
Jay?
Jay
Shaw.
Is he an ass kicker?
I mean,
Yeah, he can kick some ass.
Is he like a UFC guy?
no, but he's dark. He'll come at you.
but if he's
We call
not like
Shark-
him
we
though,
call him
right?
Shark Guy's doll
No, he's
smile.
not like that. He's not like him.
Like so you told me off camera. You said I could fuck his brother up. Like I'm sure you.
Look, I never said that.
You said that. Like
You're
yo,
putting
I'm
words in my
scared
mouth.
of Brendan, but like I could fuck his brother. His
never,
brother's pussy.
I never said that.
His brother's pussy didn't come out of your mouth.
I didn't say that. You're
Okay.
You're
right.
lying
That's
about it.
bullshit.
It is on Jay why you didn't get shirts.
Yeah, Jay.
Because I sent him your address. He
sent me shit. He sent me shit. I got nothing. I'm fucking standing by every day. I'm like the mailman. He's like, sorry.
So your shirts are going well. Podcast is killing it. What else is up?
Shit.
I see on ESPN.
I'm doing my shit. I'm
You're
not.
hustling,
I don't
man.
come here to promote. I don't come here to promote.
Oh,
I come
no.
here to fuck shit up and make sure that nobody.
That you-
Like,
the
who do you have
title.
booked next week? Anybody good?
Well, we don't know yet, man.
We have Donald
just-
Cerrone
you're being
coming on.
super-
Never heard of him. Is that another UFC fighter
Yeah,
like with
yeah.
a fucking busted ear? Like, who is he?
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with.
You know who I
Donald.
talked about now? We're friends on Instagram. Is my man Duke Rufus.
Oh yeah, I love Duke.
Yep.
He's the best man.
He's
One of
a
the best
trainer,
coaches
right?
In the world, yeah.
Yeah. So now me and
trains
him.
Anthony Pettis, Woodley,
Yeah,
beast.
me and him.
Ben Askren.
I give him.
What about you and him?
We got some we speak.
Yeah, is he gonna train you?
Huh?
Is he gonna train you? Huh?
Why are you
Let me
looking
tell
at me like
something,
that?
Well, because this is.
They do some wild shit at Duke Rufus's
Yeah,
place.
hey, bro,
Yeah,
I've been there,
he's-
and I'm a
he's
sponge.
beast.
Hey, do you take it? Do you take him to work out like with like
No.
Never. He
no?
doesn't do-
Because I see him. He's working out.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing. Are you fighting again?
No.
No, he won't teach.
You're
me
just
anything.
working out.
He doesn't
I just like
teach me
being in
anything.
shape.
He won't even talk to me about working out. It's actually amazing that I have questions. Like, I like to box. He won't even give me a pointer.
Doesn't make
Why
sense.
would
to
he?
me.
I mean,
It's
it's
incredible.
like
He literally won't. If I ask him, if I ask him double takedown just to fight. What if I'm gonna fight? He won't even teach me.
That makes sense to
He
me.
ignores me.
right. Why do it?
It
Right.
bothers me.
Why do it?
Why waste both our time?
Yeah.
Like you're a busy man, I'm a busy man. Hey, bro.
There's
you
other
don't-
things
you don't
to talk
need to know
about.
How to do an anaconda choke?
Yeah, it doesn't
Hey,
matter.
Hey, look at me. It's not in your wheelhouse.
Yeah. It's not.
Oh, in boxing, you don't box that much.
It's never gonna
Hey,
happen.
Hey, everyone.
You got
really
little
doesn't box that
you-
much.
you got-
I
might-
hate to sell you down the river here. Yeah, when's the last time you boxed?
Look at those
I just
fucking
saw your
hands.
trainer this morning. He hasn't seen you in weeks.
Yeah.
Man,
Fuck you.
He came looking for you, and he
I
needs to be.
shadowbox, man.
You haven't paid him in 3 months.
When's the last? How often do you play basketball? You and I need to
Done.
run a game. What's
Do you
up,
you
dog?
play ball?
I grew up playing ball.
No, but
yes.
are you still playing now?
I haven't played in probably 8 months. Last time I played.
But
was,
you're playing. You
I'll
play?
play for
Little
sure. Yeah,
clumsy, little
I get that.
You'd be
I
good
got
with
that
me
D.
because this what I have left.
Meaning
I got
defense.
yeah. You got that D. Thanks for telling me that. All I have left in the tank is talking shit. That's it.
You'll get in the as my buddy.
That's
Brian
all I
says,
have left.
You're gonna get in
all
that
you got.
kitchen. He's gonna get in that kitchen. He's gonna sneak in
I'm
that kitchen.
officially
Yeah.
I'm officially retired, except for maybe for an NBA All-Star game.
So you wouldn't. So you don't play pickup really anymore.
Nah.
But
It-
you'll
it's
get
a
you'll
little
get into
dangerous.
you'll get into somebody's kitchen though. You can get in there back. You
That's
can find
the-
a window in their house and get in there and just
The
wreak some
back
havoc.
door man.
Yeah.
Dude, I think we talked about last time. I really got like hooped up. Vinny Testaverde. He was 50 and he dunked on me, put his nuts in my face.
Get the fuck out of here.
At 50 years old, he dunked on you.
50. We were at.
He dunked on you?
So Vinny owns like.
How do you get dunked on anyway? But you got dunked on by Vinny Testaverde, and you're saying it with pride.
Bro, he's a Heisman winner. First of all, watch your mouth.
He's 50.
Played in the league for 18 years.
You don't have to tell me,
Super
I
Bowl
got it.
winner, Now it's championship winner. But check this out.
Two hands or one hand?
One hand. But
Damn.
It was on two people. I was kind of.
You jumped?
No. I was kind of on the side like this, and my boy got dunked on.
He jumped?
He jumped.
Damn.
It was like Sean Kemp stuff. This motherfucker.
Shit. Is he tall?
He's tall. He's
6'4"?
probably 6'5", every bit of 6'5".
Damn.
And in
At
shape.
50.
But listen to this.
Handsome, too.
He would miss a shot. He would miss a
What
shot.
the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I
He's
don't
not.
know.
He never
I don't know,
really
bro.
been considered handsome.
Well, he has
Like,
good
what the
skin.
fuck?
Good
Are you,
symmetry to his face.
but what? How does he? It's a fucking queer
You know-
eye
you-
for the straight
I
guy
know.
shit.
You know why he's balling? Because he invested in Outback Steakhouses from the jump. So he owns a shitload of them.
Wow.
So obviously he played in the league forever, made bank. But those Outbacks, he owns a jagillion of them.
But-
anyways, we go to.
But
his
why
house.
is he balling?
He plays basketball all the time.
Oh, he's
he got
just-
a dope full court.
Denver he lives in?
No, Florida. We played
Oh,
in Florida.
okay.
I was down in Florida, and he goes, "Oh, you guys want to play basketball?" It's me and the Tebows and some other dudes. I'm like, "Yeah." I'm
You
like,
with the Tebows?
Yeah, and I'm like, "How
How many Tebows are there?
There's 2 sisters and 3 brothers.
And they could
all
all
good
play.
looking.
They could
All
all
good
play
looking.
again with the
They're
good
all
looking.
beasts.
They could all play ball, right?
Yeah, you got to check that.
They
one.
all
Thanks,
those
calm down.
football dudes could all do various sports, right?
No, I wouldn't say that because on the Ultimate Fighter we played basketball, and I was like, "Holy fuck, there's not very good athletes in this house."
Did Slice play on Ultimate Fighter?
Yes.
He can't play. But you're gonna tell him he can't play? No.
Oh, why? What's he gonna do? Beat me up?
Well,
He's a good friend of mine, but I mean, it's a little disappointing when
It's
guys
just
like that
Hey,
can't
bro.
play basketball.
Hey, bro. By the way, you think Kimbo Slice is going to beat Brennan?
I think Kimbo Slice will fuck you in the ass.
You never seen me fight him.
It's true.
I think that he'd fuck him in the ass,
hey,
and then he'd do whatever the fuck he
No,
wants.
you never see me open up on a guy. You know what's funny about that?
That's crazy,
Can I
'cause
tell you
you-
what's funny about that comment? like the
Have you
truth-
had
the
Slice
truth
on
is-
here?
No.
No, we easily could.
I'm like, let's get him on.
We don't do call-ins, and it's
Right,
rare
he's in Florida,
LA.
right?
Yeah.
Slice would be.
But you know,
He has some great stories.
I'm sure he
Ultimate
does.
Fighter House, because there's no cell phones, there's no nothing, newspapers, nothing, right? So my off time, I just go to him and he tell me stories. He has the
what?
best stories.
Just like good shit.
Well, his best friend and childhood friend and his manager, Icy Mike, owns Brazzers.
What's Brazzers?
Brazzers, the porno company.
Ooh.
So Slice was the security. So he'd have to sit out front and
While
make
they were
sure-
freaking off.
Yeah, and he has the best stories, man. And he's like a straight family dude. I think he has 6 kids.
And he's like a chill dude, right?
Great dude. One of the thing is, he would even be a bigger star if they told his actual story. Unlike how
Right.
good of a person he is.
Right.
Like, he's one of the best guys, man.
When I saw him
he
on,
can cook his ass off.
He could
He'd
cook?
make barbecue, and I was telling him, obviously he had money at the time. I didn't have any money. I was on Ultimate Fighter House, and I was like, Kimbo, bro, let's do a fucking Slices Steakhouse, bro. And you do this barbecue joint. We're doing
best
Florida.
logo
I was
in the history of
Dude, I was
logos.
trying to just hustle this deal with him
that's
to do
not
this
a bad
restaurant.
idea, Brendan. Like
Slices
If he came
barbecue.
out with a barbecue sauce, like you almost feel like
You
with
should
the
try
with the logo,
dude,
with his face as the logo.
and a chain with a rib on it or some shit. It was sick.
But that's not a bad idea. It really is.
Oh no, but he made this great barbecue sauce, man. I was like, dude, I'm telling you, you need to bottle this shit and sell it.
When he
He was like, bitch.
When you guys are in there and it's all fighters, it's like, are dudes like on some like alpha male shit, or it's just like a respect? Like, you don't think about, like, was there any fighting with it outside of?
I mean, some
kind of pushing,
personalities
talking
really didn't-
shit?
Some personalities really didn't get along. They just don't.
But
They could
dudes
be
don't
anywhere.
want to fight. Like, if you
Not
know
in the house, not for free. At least I didn't. But a lot of them are alpha males. But that goes. You're living together and you're around each other 24/7. So that goes away maybe
Right.
the first 3-4 days.
Right.
That 3-4
guys
days.
kind of.
It's also a waste of energy.
Yeah.
And the stakes are so high.
and that because you're there. It's
I was cool. I was cool with literally with everyone.
Who
I
else
like,
was
dude, I
on
don't wanna-
your season? Refresh my memory, because that's when I first.
Rashad, Rampage were the coaches.
Right,
and then
that
we
was
had,
good.
We had Kimbo, Roy Nelson, James McSweeney, myself, Marcus Jones, who was the
Oh,
first
right.
round draft pick in the NFL, played in the
Damn.
NFL forever. D'Amico Rogers, Justin Wren, who's like saving Africa and water now. He fights in Bellator.
Didn't you fight Jones, Marcus Jones?
I fought Marcus Jones in the semis.
God.
Biggest guy I've ever fought.
God damn.
Really? How big was he?
He was, I think, 6'6", 6'7". He's the guy who he was known for. He's the guy in the open field tackled Barry Sanders. First round draft pick out of North
When you're
Carolina.
fighting a
Did
guy
you knock
that
him
big,
out or did you submit him?
Knocked him out.
with a punch standing up
Yeah, but I was in trouble because we came right out. I threw a big right hand. We
off
wanted-
the top?
Yeah, right off top. Threw one. I forget exactly what happened now. And then he took me down, got full mount. And
Could
was
you
pun-
feel like the size? Like
Oh my god! And when I remember, it was really the first time I've ever been in trouble in a fight. And he hit me, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
where'd he hit you?
Right in the face, on the ground though. And I remember thinking, because NFL player for 10 years, all pro at first round draft pick, monster. And I remember
Fuck.
thinking, dude, I can't get hit like this again. Holy fuck, I can't get hit like that again.
Did you
This
get
thing's over.
dazed?
No, didn't get dazed. I just felt the sheer ferocious of it.
And it was here.
ferocity.
It was right here.
When you get hit here,
So check it out. So he's in full mount. And granted, this is the biggest fight of my life. There's never if there's a star to hey, how did Brendan ever make it in life? It would be this fight. Because if I lose that fight, there's no UFC career.
You go home?
I'm not here. I go home.
That's
there's
it.
Nothing. So whoever makes to the finals gets a contract.
Damn, think
So
about this,
and you're
man.
still in the house. So I'm fighting. Marcus Jones is the guy I have to get through. So he gets full mount, blasphemy. I don't fucking how I get up. I stand
Did you
up.
buck? What would you pull him?
I pushed off and then put my hand on his throat and stood up.
Wow.
And then I remember standing up.
when he was on top of you,
Yes, I went like this.
you're allowed to do that. Throat.
Yeah, as long as you're not hitting him. That's a little.
Boy, you can
suspect.
choke.
I didn't choke. I just used it as a bridge to get up.
Oh,
They're not going to
oh, oh.
stop.
Put
I
your
wasn't
hand- put
choking.
your hand on my neck.
I was
So
li-
you can go like this.
Yeah, well, not
I
to
can-
choke him, but to punch him, you can't. It's almost like a.
I got
as
you.
long as you're not choking, it's position.
So you got up.
So I do that. I get up. He's against the cage. And I can tell he's a little bit broke because he's like, holy fuck, I had this guy in full
He
mount.
was surprised that you
Yeah,
got
he's like,
up.
God damn it. And I'm like teeing off, and he throws a knee and breaks my nose.
What?
Threw it, and he broke.
Standing up?
Standing up. Broke my nose. And then
And you felt it break. Like,
Oh, yeah. And I back up.
did it hit you here or here?
It hit me right here.
Hey, man.
boom.
Why don't you stop interrupting?
No, I'm asking
So-
good questions here.
Yeah, so then he's walking forward because he knows he broke my nose, and I threw a right hand and knocked him out. And then I finished on top.
Damn. So
Happiest I've ever been in my
So
life.
as he was coming at you, you just launched.
Threw a right hand and knocked him out.
Wow.
Happiest I've ever been in my life.
When you threw the right, I mean, I know it's a while ago and you've had other fights, but are you like, is it desperation or you could, like, it's just training, right?
It was training, but that honestly, I only had 3 fights going into the house. So I didn't have a lot of experience. That was a dog fight.
That's human will.
That was just like the fighter's heart.
And did you catch him here with the right or here?
I caught him straight here.
It was straight.
Right.
Damn.
Boom.
And did you know right away you knocked him out?
I just saw him go down. He's so big. I thought, oh fuck yeah, don't get up. So then I got on top and just bashed his face.
Those are the punches that I don't like in UFC.
Look it up. Wait till they should have stopped.
I saw it. I need to rewatch it.
It was like boom, boom, and he's out, and I just keep going.
Dude,
It's almost like
have
like
to.
you or me,
You're
motherfucker.
desperate. You're desperate.
Why don't
it's
they-
desperate, and it's also like, dude, I need him to get this contract.
Yes.
I was at my brother's house. My car got repoed. I didn't have shit going
Dude.
on. I'm gonna
Talk
fuck
about
you.
having to
Oh,
win
and
something.
Marcus was my friend in the house.
That guy was your friend?
Yeah, that guy was one of my close
See,
friends.
people
in the
don't
house.
realize what these guys go through. That's why, for me,
But
when
then again, friends, but don't get it twisted.
Right,
I was
you're-
always the guy like, I'm not here to make friends.
He was your friend in the house. It's not like you
would-
grew up together.
No, we were boys in the house and connect us in the NFL stuff and football like that. But you stand between me making a name for myself and and you and I being friends.
It's
I'm gonna
business
rip
when
your
you're
fucking
fighting.
throat out.
Did
Yeah,
you?
man.
Is there a part of you like? I guess when it's happening, it's fighting. But like later, I mean, he was okay. He recovers. You were beat up. You recovered.
You know what? He at the finale and then even years after, because the finale I fought Roy Nelson, and even at the finale,
Roy's the guy with the beard, right?
yeah, the big dude, world champion,
Right.
before he came in the house. But Marcus, during the build up of the fight, he watched the show. He was pissed at some of the stuff I said, so he wasn't like a big fan of mine.
Who,
anymore.
Marcus?
Yeah, he like took some of the stuff personal.
You were a little dicky when you were on there.
You were kinda
but it
told
was
me,
good.
right?
It was good for
No
your
one told me to
shit.
do shit.
Oh, you
The
just
fuck
No, he was
I was
talking
there
shit.
for
He was
keeps,
talking
man.
like he was clear
I'm not
about
there
that.
I'm not there to win the fans over and be your
Right.
fan favorite.
You know what
I'm
else
there
was-
to punch people in the face and get a fucking contract.
You were
I didn't
also
have
like
shit,
a regular
man.
dude. Like you were like articulate, so it was
Yeah.
a regular dude, but it was also like provocative.
I was cocky for sure.
Cocky.
And they
kinda
they-
had
a
to be,
fucking
though.
asshole.
You kind of had to be.
well, it's a professional fighting.
got
man.
you. I got
and
you.
also,
I'm not
they
saying
wa-
anything.
And also, even back
want-
then, even
Hey,
back
he's not
then,
putting his hand to you.
No, he's saying something.
I'm sorry, dog. But even back then on the show, they wanted you to wear tap out. They wanted you to wear tap out shirts. We had to because tap out sponsor.
Oh.
Notice I never wore them. I only wore a tank top. I wore a wife beater all the time.
See, he's so
for
smart
sex
about
appeal,
this shit.
son.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not wearing a baggy tap out shirt. I wear a wife beater every
Yeah,
single
baby.
day. Colored wife beater.
Nice. He had it all locked down. But like, do you ever, so those desperate moments when you have to win something, well, you ever had, I'm not comparing it to fighting because I don't understand that. Like that.
Well, there's
that's
I think
crazy.
there's
a big
certain-
audition.
Yeah, there's certain
But
points
for
in
real,
life.
like,
No,
for
I
me,
know.
for me,
Right? There's certain
when I got
points.
Mad TV, like when I went to audition, I'm telling you, I felt like if I didn't get that, I was gonna die. Like I
But didn't you
almost
feel
felt
like when you got it, didn't you feel like it validated everything you did?
everything I'd ever done.
Think about
It's
me,
in
think about
many
me playing
ways.
football. Think about me playing
Yeah.
football, and then my family going, "Well, what are you going to do?" I have a double major. I'm NASM certified in strength and conditioning. I have all this shit going for me. Like, I'm going to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
My family's like, "You're a fucking moron." So to
look
me,
what
it
it
was
led
like, dude,
to.
I have to do this.
Yeah. I felt that way about when I chose to be an actor and when I chose to be a stand-up comic. Like I was like, I can't fail at this,
Right.
Because it's going to be so bad.
There's no backup plan.
There's no backup plan.
embarrassing,
And I remember
too.
that. I remember that. I remember going.
Yeah.
I remember saying that to myself, going to theater school in New York and saying to myself, "Well, I understand the odds." I remember something my friend said. Your chances of you being a movie star are about as good as you being a senator. I never forgot that, and I was like, "Well, probably right." And this is probably insane.
that what they
but
said to you?
Yeah.
Rap,
and I just this failure is not an option.
Rap,
and I think when you have that, you're going to succeed at
It
least
depends.
a little bit.
It depends,
a little
man.
bit.
If you have that motivation, Rap, you growing up in New York, right?
Yeah.
You were always a creative dude and like had this mouthpiece on you, like
Mouth.
because you're also like, and it's rare. You're also like a guy's guy. Like whenever I meet actors, I'm a little bit like, all right, you're not
true.
really my. It's hard. It's gonna be hard
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
your
yeah,
friend
yeah.
They're a little
because
boring,
because
aren't
you
they?
play a fake dude, and you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
you really don't have your own
Hey,
shit going on, but
actors
you're
are-
like a different dude.
Actors are a little boring, dude, for the most part.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But then with you, you're like a guy's guy. So most guys don't follow that creative outlet.
Well, I loved basketball. I loved ball, but like when I first acted, nothing had ever come as natural. Like the very first time I like got sides and read a scene, like it was literally like.
How old were you then?
20.
Oh damn, not till 20.
20. But
you got successful pretty quickly.
At
True
21.
Romance. He was one of the greatest movies of every time. True Romance.
But it was literally like as much work as I had put in playing ball, and as many times as I had played ball, and then
You thought you were going to NBA?
In my
That was the
head,
goal?
when I was
For sure.
15, like I
Of
knew,
course.
like, you know, when I started, when you're a kid, you have these things, but then when I started seeing like great players my age who were also ginormous, like I went to basketball camp, and you know, I remember seeing Billy Owens and Rick Fox. They were 16 years old. I was 15 years old. I was like, they look like grown fucking men.
Jesus.
Sean Kemp was at back with
Jesus
a fucking
Christ.
beard, and I'm like, this is so far past,
Right.
you know. And then I'd see other people, but the basketball and the structure of it was everything, because I had a goal. Like in my head, I was like, I'm gonna do this.
pursuing
I'm gonna
something.
At least so, but when I the very first time that I acted was at an audition, and it was literally like you took a fish and you threw him in the water. Like, and I knew like this is what I'm gonna do. Like it was literally like that. You know, like it came that natural. But like the shit talking and the bullshitting around was kind of like what I brought to the basketball environment. You know what I mean? Like there was great ball players. There was guys that could, you know, play. There was, you know, guys that were, you know, good at, like that's what I brought to I was a shit
Yeah, that was
talker.
your
You know what I
game.
mean? Like I was the antagonizer.
Did
like,
your friends give you any backlash when you're like, hey, I'm going to be an actor?
I
If
just
I would've
started
done
doing it.
with my group, then I'm like, what the fuck? Are you
Nah.
doing?
I just started. I started doing I started out as a stand-up comic,
didn't
way
know
better
that.
than Callan ever
Come on,
was.
I don't know about that, dude.
Way better than him.
I don't know about
And then
that,
it was
man.
so, you know. But I
When
started,
did you do comedy?
I did comedy when I was 19.
I can't believe you didn't keep doing stand-up, but you got successful in film quickly.
But you know what it was? I got successful in film, but for me, when I was so young, when I was doing comedy, I didn't understand the craft of it.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, so like if you have like
Yeah.
jokes that you know work,
Yes.
you know the same ones you do every single
No, that's not
time.
me. Don't
No,
say
no.
that.
But
Don't
you
do
know,
that.
like when you have like like for me, when I had certain jokes that I knew worked, and I was like, well, why? I felt like it was cheating. Why am I going to do a joke?
I hear you. That's for me. The way I get around that is just building on those jokes.
And
Like,
that's what I didn't get.
yeah,
I
and
didn't.
building like an hour that's thematic and it's a story.
How old were you when you started stand up?
I was
Not
I was
young, right,
not
dude?
young. I started first time I got on stage. I was 26.
Because this is crazy because you guys are opposite. Because you started as a stand-up, then went to acting, right? And
Yes.
then Brian started as an actor, obviously still an actor, but he got into comedy late.
Yeah.
And,
And I didn't do the road
for what
until
you've done-
2006.
yeah, for what you've done too is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't start till very,
Like
very late.
for
Really?
Brian Headline doing all this stuff and all these sellouts is nuts,
Yeah, that's
especially for how
crazy.
long he's been in it.
Yeah, it was-
Because you look at these other dudes,
But
they've
it was-
been
it's-
20, 30
yeah.
years
Right.
grinding.
Yeah.
And
But
they're
it's
player
what I
haters,
was-
right?
It's what I was.
Do you find
made
that there's
to do,
you're
you know?
on stage? You're, to me, when I know you,
Yeah.
like I mean,
That's my thing.
When you're on stage, like you're fucking comfortable.
That's the only time. That's when I feel more comfortable than any other time. Like that's and that's why I was rated #1 comic of all time.
When?
So,
Never.
I've
no,
never
by the
seen that
like, but
rating.
what
by the-
rating is
God
that?
damn it, B.
What?
We were doing good, man.
We're trying to
and then
stay.
you fucked it up.
Yeah, you could.
You're fucking up.
Nah,
You
because
fucked
you
it
said
up.
you were rated #1
Yeah.
comic of all time.
I didn't rate, but the
But where's the
International
rating?
Federation of
Like,
Comics.
do you have any proof of nothing? Nothing.
So when you decided to start acting, when you got that first gig, was your family like, "Oh hell yeah"?
Yeah, they were like. I mean, my father was like, because I mean,
You thought you were gonna be that kid?
fucking 19 years old, you know, barely, maybe questionably graduated high school,
Not literate.
no college, you know, and like I'm gonna be a stand-up comic. You know, what the fuck? I mean, my parents were kind of like, luckily, you know, like I made, you know, I lived in a $325 a month apartment, and I got lucky. Like my thing with acting, I got lucky. I got Zebrahead. I got $28,000. I walked away with like, you know, $15,000. That's like when you're fucking 21 years old.
Ballin'.
Like I'm like I could live for the next 3 years.
For reals, yeah.
You know, like my cost of living was so low, but I got lucky. I just got lucky. It was timing.
So then,
what did your parents do?
did you go into acting? Sorry, B, but then did you go into like acting school?
No, I went to one acting class after I started
drifted
acting.
as fuck, yeah.
Just an intuitive, you know, understanding. I mean, like I studied acting from watching and watching other people and other actors and watching.
Well,
movies.
you're also very sincere. People believed you. Like when I saw you audition in the movie, so you had an audition in the movie True Romance,
Right.
And you could see even when you were auditioning that you were like, I believe that kid. And then when you said, I got it,
Right.
that was the line in the movie. I went, I believe everything that kid does. I mean, you were just always believable, and that takes you a long way. That sincerity, where you actually believe everything that actor does, is kind of rare. It's actually
that was the one thing that I teach, right? That was my one goal.
It is something you can teach, but some people it takes years to get to that point. Other people just have it.
Some people just don't have it, right?
Some people.
Some people just got it. They have a gift.
It's the same thing, you know, in athletics and everything. I think some people just have it, man.
Right. You have the shit you did on Fighter and Kid 3D. I'm telling you, I wouldn't blow smoke up. There's a lot of shit there where the acting is really good because I believe what you're doing.
And you're doing stand-up shit like on stage.
Dude,
I mean,
he's doing stand-up in front of 900 people and making them laugh for 10
right.
minutes.
I mean, that's not fucking easy.
Bro, he's doing real stand-up and adding shit in it. Like, you know, it's crazy.
But you were saying like athletics, like Moody, my partner on the podcast, great ball player. Great. Like played with the best of the best in New York.
Street ball, New York?
But,
oh, dope.
But like it always came, like it was just easy. Like the game, the footwork, the things that like just the everything about it just came easy. And you know like I played ball when I was 12 versus an 11-year-old Kenny Anderson. The motherfucker was as good as he was when he was later. It just was like it was like.
And you could stay into the gym for 10 hours,
and I'm
he would wake up hungover and be like, let me see that ball.
It was
There's
like,
nothing you can do.
Left hand, right hand,
Yeah.
like you like. I saw some dude on the internet the other day. One of these Duncan kids, this white kid, 6'2", doing crazy shit, and God bless him, he's doing this thing where, learn to jump higher. I'm like, motherfucker, I tried all that shit.
No.
Dude, I
You
had
ain't
those
jumping,
shoes,
like,
the jump soles.
maybe a half
I had
an inch.
the jump soles, son.
Yeah.
I was like running
And
the
you
jump
still,
soles.
I tried all that. You're either like Spud Webb. It's not like he's like, I was practicing jumping.
No, he just has it.
You
That's
fucking
been scientifically proven. You gotta have fast twitch or you don't.
you-
Yeah, either
you
got
heard
it
a
or
crazy
you don't.
story.
And
There's-
I didn't. Fast twitch is like something like I can speak Japanese before I have fast twitch.
It's just not for you, man.
It ain't fucking happening.
You don't come from
But
a
Rick
long
Smith
line
gave
of
you
athletics.
hope.
Huh?
A guy like Rick Smith.
They all gave me hope,
sloth,
but Rick
Larry
Smith
Bird.
had something I didn't. Larry Bird had something I didn't, and all the other
I bet you those
motherfuckers had
guys
something
are-
I
I bet you
didn't.
those guys are way faster than people think. Just as
Oh, Larry
athletes.
Bird?
You know
Yeah,
what I
he's
mean?
a fucking freak.
A freak.
Super freak.
Freak, so it's just, but like when you say about like the first, literally, like I remember it, like the first time I read a scene, like I was like, it was
Boom.
literally like it was nothing. It was like I got this, like I could do this, and like I felt immediately.
So you didn't
like,
feel nervous when you went
Not
into
at
the
all.
audition? Yeah.
Not
you
at
felt
all.
like you belonged there.
I was like, and the first thing that I had auditioned for, like the real thing was Zebrahead, and I knew I was like, I'm going to get this fucking movie. This is my part. There was no nervousness. And it was just like, and the first time I was on a set acting, I didn't know blocking. I didn't know rehearsal. They're doing like I would go full tilt. Every single time,
So
they're
great.
Like,
That's
I didn't know
so
what I was
great.
like. There'd be scenes like
Of
where you're
course.
crying. I'm like crying, like they're like the camera's not even set up. And
That's so great.
You know,
Dude,
like
that's
the
that
tech-
young
I didn't know
enthusiasm.
shit, and like they were like, there's no.
Because you
ca-
whip yourself into a frenzy.
I didn't know
and you
what
just
I was
go.
doing, and then you do it 90 times, and like I remember one scene in the first movie we did where I was eating cereal. I'm like eating the cereal I'm off camera. I'm eating this. I didn't know like you don't have
Full
to.
as fuck.
Yeah,
I
I'm
went
like
through
vomiting.
6 boxes
Yeah,
of Cheerios.
frosted fl-
That happens. They do a commercial where you're supposed to take the bite of the Snickers.
Talking
bar.
about me, Brian. Go
Yeah.
ahead, tell your story. We were just talking
No,
about
I'm
me.
saying- I'm saying what kids will do is they'll
I'll
eat
tell
the
another
Snickers
story
bar,
about myself.
They keep eating it. They keep eating it.
Feel like shit.
They don't realize they're going to be there all day. Pretty soon they're like, I'm going to fucking die over here.
Oh,
So, but
that's interesting.
you seen any
man.
movies?
You know what I loved?
What?
The Jungle Book.
Oh yeah. Did you see with your kids?
Yeah.
You can't go as a grown man.
Yeah, imagine
by
you just
yourself.
like, no, I went to see it by myself twice.
Michael
I saw
Michael
Zootopia
back.
by myself.
I might go back to the
By yourself?
Jungle Book.
Don't go back by yourself.
By myself.
You saw it?
I didn't see it yet. My kids are older,
Good.
so
How old are your kids?
16 and 14.
Oh, they're not trying to see that bullshit.
And if they're trying to see any bullshit, it ain't with me.
No,
like it's
they're
like
going with a girl.
Yeah,
Boys?
2 boys.
Yeah, fuck no. They're not trying to see.
What have you
Jungle
seen
Book
that you
with their
like?
I haven't seen shit. I haven't seen anything. The only thing that I've wanted to see, I mean, the first half of the year is, kids movies and
I heard Deadpool's great.
I heard Deadpool's really
What'd
good
you
too.
Wasn't for me.
Really?
You know how they talk about in comedy, don't try to be funny, just let it happen. They tried so hard to. Every line's a joke.
And it's dirty, right? Like it's that's the thing.
It's dirty to me. It didn't, and I love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Nothing for me. Like I was like, come on, man.
Well, he's got it made 300 million, so you're
it's
fucking
killing
sitting
it.
there,
Yeah, well,
you got your finger in your ass.
because the public.
I'm just saying-
the public likes Expendables 17.
I'm just telling you,
It's a fuck off.
you're-
Transformers 7.
You have your
I'm not
finger in
into
your
that
ass,
shit.
Ryan Reynolds sitting on 295
Oh,
million.
he's a beast. I
I'm
like
just saying.
him.
I'm just saying.
I told you I like him.
I'm just but you're shitting on his movie. So you like him, but you just
I like
you're
him.
You're out of line.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to some current events with Evan.
what do you got, Evan?
All the above.
There we go. I'll take it.
Hey, don't
All right.
touch me.
Sorry.
First current event we're gonna do. The big story coming out of UFC land is that the UFC is for sale, which has been a rumor going around for a while now. But it's saying that they're in advanced stage talks, looking around the neighborhood of $4 billion, I believe,
billion.
is what Dan is looking for.
Damn.
Meanwhile,
bought
the
the
UFC is
company for $2
completely they're denying that they're for sale, which is weird because there's financial basically proof of it at this point.
Yeah, there's proof.
Dana called out Darren Rovell, ESPN's financial guy, about how he's like not a fan of the facts. Meanwhile, like the running joke in like the sports media is that Darren Rovell deals with nothing but fact. He's a robot, like Rovell bot. All he does is put out fact. Like he doesn't even have an opinion.
So what did he say about Dana's comments?
Dana said that he's not a man of the facts. So he's just like, he tweeted out, LOL at me not being a fan of the facts. Hey, Dana, once you hire an investment back to give out your financials, it's hard to say you're not for sale. And they had three different independent sources that say that the UFC volunteered a full year of EBI TDA, which is basically how much money you make after taking out wages, expenses, that kind of shit, in between $200 million and $250 million to investors.
Yeah, I think I've heard of rumors of them selling for a long time. Not to the companies that they listed, but I've heard that that's the exit strategy for the Fertittas and for Dana. I know there is a plan in place. When, I don't know. But it's weird for Dana to deny all of it. You know, he could just be like, we're having conversations, blah, blah, blah. But when you deny all of it, it looks worse, especially when you try and hate on this guy from ESPN who's known for being he's literally a fact
My
freak.
question is, if they do sell it, is Dana still going to run the
No.
company?
Not a chance.
Yeah,
Really?
Dana said
Not a chance.
on Dan Patrick's show this morning.
That'd be the first thing they would get rid of.
Dana White?
Dana said that the day we decide to sell, I probably don't want to do this anymore.
No. And I think, and I mean,
That would be a big hit.
I don't think so. I think the company would grow. However, I think Dana's taken a little bit more of a back role now, especially because he used to kind of fly off the handle and say all this crazy shit, blah, blah, blah. And now we don't see him doing too much stuff anymore.
That's interesting.
I think the businessmen came in and were like, listen, man.
Dial it down.
Dial it down a little bit. That's what I think's going on. I think what Dana's done for the sport, you can't hate on that. He took it and ran with it. I think the sport would be here with or without him. Like I think Apple would be here with or without Steve Jobs. We would have figured some shit out. If there was no Dana, there'd be another one.
Right.
But what he's done is great, and he's been a great promoter, stuff like that. I think we're at a level now where you can't run the UFC like the good old boys club and run it with your two best friends from high school and make certain decisions. I think if you got in an actual commission and you had an actual like committee and the fighters had a union, the sport would grow. And I think he's taken the sport as far as it can go.
And don't you think also that the culture change would benefit the UFC in terms of not making the UFC the fan, but really highlighting your fighters? And I don't know.
Well, especially when you find out the company's worth $4 billion, you find out there's got how much some of these fighters are getting paid. Now it's like, Jesus
Are they getting
Christ.
paid?
No. And then
Because why is Conor McGregor talking about all the money he makes?
That's
well,
one guy,
he's the
Bubba.
1%.
Okay, but
brother.
like, is he making like how much money is he making?
I mean, like 10 mil fight.
It would blow your mind to think about some really high
There's guys on the-
fighters, they make no money.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys.
No,
who are
I know
making
it's fucked up.
But it's also not a bad time for Dana to get out because you look at the kind of where the sport's at right now. Ronda might fight again. His Dana's comments on Dan Patrick this morning, they were like, "Hey, is Ronda gonna fight this year?" And he was like, "I don't know." He goes, "I couldn't tell you. I hope she does. It's up to her." Blah blah blah. So,
but there's no set fight.
No, but she's obviously at the tail end of her career. Maybe one, maybe two more, if that. So your biggest draw is out. Conor just lost. He's having some issues with Conor. Wouldn't it be a bad time? The Reebok, no matter how you paint this, has been a huge black eye.
Yeah.
It was a terrible
100%.
idea.
A black guy?
A black eye.
Oh, I thought you said I'm a black guy. I was like,
Black
what the
guy.
fuck?
Yeah.
It's been a huge black eye for the sport. They thought it was going to make the sport look more professional. It's done the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It's made it look very amateur.
I agree.
So it wouldn't be a bad time for him to be like, $4 billion? See ya.
$4
Go take
billion.
it. And
Damn.
the Fertitta, they're businessmen first.
You ain't getting better
And they
than
want
that.
to bring an NFL team into Las Vegas.
Now, what about
and
that
the Oakland
shit?
Raiders want to come to Vegas.
Can you imagine a fucking professional football team that is out of Vegas? The amount of shit that would
Oh,
happen
my
with
God.
those players?
Oh my God.
It's a bad idea, I feel like.
I think there are a lot of
Yo, Vegas
football. You
football.
have professional young men with millions in Vegas.
They already, I
It's a
think
bad idea. I think.
They already get wild and they're not in Vegas. Imagine you put them in Vegas.
Have Johnny Manziel on fucking the Vegas Raiders.
Yeah,
Let me know how
him
that goes.
Yeah, see how that works out for you.
Have Ray Rice on the Vegas Raiders. Everyone's getting fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, do you think Johnny Manziel's coming back?
Nope.
No,
It's a wrap.
it's over.
It's a wrap.
Unfortunately, and I'm not
Man,
saying this
it's
in a.
so, it's their own. It's so
I feel bad
unforgiving.
for-
Johnny football.
Well, no, he was never good in the first
I know,
place.
but I'm scared for that guy's life.
Me
Like
too.
all the bashing and shit talking.
But take all that away, even skill-wise, he wasn't going to make it.
No,
He's
I
been a
agree.
backup for a long
Really?
time.
I agree. And
just
but
didn't fit the system.
mentally though. But I'm afraid like something like something bad's
Oh,
gonna
I
happen
agree.
to this dude.
He's in trouble, man.
He's
He got
wild.
indicted, right, for hitting his
Yeah,
girl?
indicted, and maybe if he went to prison for 6 months, that might not be the worst thing for him because
Sober
the way
up.
he's going, like you don't want it's like we could sit here and be like he's this, he's that, but then when it's like yo, this kid
Actual
might,
human being. Yeah. How about like LeBron, Drake? All of them are like, no, we good. Now.
if you're
they
shit,
were all up on
Right.
him, like they were like
They had
taking
enough.
pictures. They were, he was doing the money thing,
And
and now everyone's like,
yeah,
we
we-
good
You
now.
mean because he hit his girlfriend?
Just
Well, no,
the-
just an idiot.
and LeBron was like
Wilding
like
out.
sponsoring him, like
Yeah.
like he was big brothering him, and
So
then
was
one day-
Drake.
and they were and they're
Drake
like
would come to all these parties and
Right.
shit, and they would do the team money, blah blah. And
They
then
had enough.
Now everyone's like, we're
Yeah,
good,
it's
man.
enough.
You're gonna have to
Damn.
block that call.
Because he's
a wild
He's an idiot.
He's wild. He's
That
wild.
one thing LeBron and
Drugs.
Drake aren't are idiots.
And,
Drake's
and
very
LeBron's not
calculated.
wild, and
Drake's not wild
No,
either.
they're businessmen.
You've never seen Drake hammered,
never done
DUIs.
shit.
Suddenly they realize they're dealing with a real liability. Somebody who
A
might
liability.
spin
You
his
can't be
car into
associated
somebody.
with that.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
And the NFL, and so it's a twofold. One is he's just a loose cannon. Two is he wasn't
It's not even
The
that he's a
John-
loose cannon because there's guys who are
right, but he wasn't.
problem.
He just wasn't good enough.
Fucking Hardy for Dallas, beat the fuck out of his girl taking pictures of all these guns. He's such a fucking good player. He got
They
signed by
figure it
Dallas
out.
Cowboys. They're like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So Johnny
But
Manziel
if Johnny
isn't skilled
Manziel,
enough.
if Johnny Manziel was as good as say fucking Tom Brady, that motherfucker's not only on a
They'd
team,
figure it out.
but they'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably be in the Pro Bowl.
Could he have been though? Is it a
No,
story of
Brian.
wasted potential?
No.
You can tell when.
I mean.
So he's
you-
not going to
you-
be Drew Brees, in other words.
No.
No, it's over.
It's so he not
Please
playing
understand
in the
that.
NFL.
But for me, I
Please
just-
get that
I
to
If he
your
don't-
head.
gets himself together, maybe he could get like a.
I guess I'm just shocked at how unforgiving in some ways. Like the greatest Johnny football, amazing in college.
There hasn't been a good Heisman in a
then
long
boom,
time, man.
And then boom.
A Heisman quarterback. There hasn't been like a
It's almost
stud.
a curse.
It's not even a curse. The NFL's a different game.
And he just took it he's too wild, too much.
Can't be. I mean, you got to remember, he's a rich kid.
Yeah.
He's a rich kid. And in Texas A&M, he's a guy who could scramble and make plays. You do that in the NFL, like, what? We got DNs who are faster than you. You can't
Right.
run around.
You ain't
gotta
running
sit in
around
the
here.
pocket. What are you talking about?
Right.
Oh, and you're also short.
Right.
And your tackle's 6'7", 6'8". So
Right.
we got to figure this out.
Right.
You got to stay in the pocket, throw down the pipe.
Throw the fucking
He didn't have
ball.
the arm.
Throw the ball.
He also got a shit situation being with Cleveland. They weren't very good.
No.
So
But he made the worst of a bad situation,
Yeah.
not the best. Like
Now
what I'm
RG3's
doing now,
there.
like I'm here making the best
of a bad situation.
because it's like I thought it was. Remember what I said to you last night? Is it just you and me?
No,
I
hold
know.
on.
I
Hey,
said I
dude,
apologize.
Listen, I'm a huge part of the show.
No, I know, but I just thought because I just
I'll be
felt
respected.
like I know, but I just thought that it was just
Rap, should we tell me and Rapper? We might do our own podcast.
You know what? It's amazing how you guys cahoot behind my back.
No, it's not even Kahoot. We just feel like
fuck
don't-
it.
Hey, don't take this the wrong way. You're dead weight. What? It's like, hey, it's like.
Is this the
hey,
Dead
no,
Weight podcast?
no, you know what this
Is that
what
the name
this
of a podcast?
Hey, it's like you're a sports retard.
This is the Sports Retard Dead Weight podcast. I've been honey dicked into retirement.
Sugar dick.
What else, sugar dick? I love
Have you
sugar
ever been
dick.
sugar dick?
I don't know what
Sugar
that
dick.
means, but why are you looking
What's
at me so
sugar
hard?
dick?
Just
bro?
asking. Nothing.
Is
I'm
that like
not-
honey dick?
I can't give away all my secrets.
Why are you
here.
looking-
We're talking
Why are you
about
looking
sugar
through
dick.
me?
Because I will steal that.
That's a great word.
What else you got,
Bro,
Evan?
in all honesty, how do you get that wonderful strawberry hue to your skin? Like, what is that? Is that a cream, or do you just
woke up like
do you
that,
sit
son.
do you sit in the sun? You start to smolder in the sun, right? Even 1 minute.
Yeah, I don't fuck around with this. I put on sunblock when I drove here. Smell me. I put on sunblock in the car.
You can. Even
What
even
else
in
you
the
got,
sun,
Ev?
even-
Nothing.
All right, we got some
Fucking out.
just some more fucking bullshit UFC injuries just plaguing this goddamn sport. BJ Penn, Dennis Seaver's out of that fight, so now BJ's got no opponent for 199, and
I bet they find one.
now Anderson Silva had to pull out of his fight for this weekend with Uriah Hall to get his gallbladder removed.
No shit.
Emergency
Anderson
gallbladder
Silver,
surgery.
come on, man. At a certain point, we got to be like, That's it.
Yeah,
you were great.
Oh,
You're
he wants to fight out his 15-fight contract.
Yeah,
by the
you're
way.
not
So
gonna do
he'll
it.
retire when he's 60.
Why would you
No.
sign him a 15-fight? Oh, because they don't want him to leave.
No, let him leave.
They don't want it. They don't want him to go to Bellator and bring all the notoriety.
He's
to
not
Bellator.
bringing anything there. The guy, his
Still a huge
fucking
star.
leg is like
I
a
agree.
pencil.
His leg did fall off, but he's backed out of this weekend's fights. Literally yesterday, because gallbladder's usually from cutting weight and stuff like that.
Is
I
it?
think that's going
Is
on.
it?
Typically, from what I've heard with athletes, whenever it's this concerning, especially this close to a fight, it's usually cutting weight
Jesus.
issues.
The weight thing-
Did they have They don't. There's no way they have a replace for Uriah Hall. And
No, it's been pulled entirely from the
how
card.
about Uriah Hall? Biggest fight
Sucks
of your
so bad
life.
for him.
Biggest break of all time. You're fighting the greatest of all time in the UFC. Nah,
But
it
is he
ain't
still
happening anymore.
considered the greatest? I mean, is he still even like
To
a shell
some.
of who
He's
he
only
Well, no.
lost one, really once,
twice?
and then he broke his
I know,
leg.
but when you have that kind of injury,
No, he
this
lost.
isn't.
He lost his last fight to Michael Bisping very clearly.
Oh, I'm
Got
sorry.
his ass
I'm
whipped.
sorry. Yeah, he
Yeah.
lost it.
No, it's over.
The injury thing is the
hey,
same
it's
thing.
over.
Well,
but
no,
just
but-
because he's a shell, you can still consider him the greatest of all time.
But wait,
just because Jordan went to the Wizards,
No, I
still
got it.
fucking
I
did
got
Didn't
it.
they
I
give
got
that
it.
fight to
It's
Anderson?
different.
No,
They didn't give that
no,
fight to
Bisping
Anderson?
won that fight.
Wow.
By decision.
It's different when your leg could possibly break into literally two fucking pieces in front of. I don't want to watch that.
It was a huge fight for Uriah Hall as a young guy, but Anderson's gonna keep.
Let me ask you a question about this weight stuff. When you fought, what was your weight?
I was like, it just depends between 233 to 240 something.
Okay, so when like, all right, with smaller, because you were heavyweight.
Heavyweight, yeah.
So, but like with smaller guys, when they're like, it's a 160-pound weight, and this guy is like,
155.
but this whole thing with the like how weight is matched up, and like, well, obviously there's a rule, you have to come in at a certain weight.
Yeah.
But like, if I get down to 160, right, and I'm fighting you at 160, and
155.
But
There's no 160.
That's the weight class.
but the difference in weight,
Yeah.
like how big of a like
Some guys suck down
Look,
from.
look
you
at
know,
look at
They're
190.
losing so
Some guys
much
suck
weight.
down at 190. Some guys
well
suck
look
down
at
from-
look at Conor Diaz. The weight was
Which
a big
was what?
difference.
Explain that again.
Well, Conor, he's at he walked in at around 170. Nate's a natural. He walks around 190.
He's a natural, like that's his
Yeah,
size.
He's a natural
Yeah,
190.
I got you.
So when you get
That's-
in there, especially the height difference, when you get in there,
You could feel
and
that-
Especially Conor's a knockout artist,
Absorb
so
shots.
he's throwing all these fucking things that usually knock 145ers the fuck out, and he's like, dude, and I'm throwing it with 100%. He's like, this motherfucker's not moving,
And Conor-
he's exhausted.
Connor is a natural what? 170?
I would say Conor's a natural 155er. I think he could if Dos Anjos wasn't at 55, Conor should be fighting at 55.
Okay, so I guess it makes sense. They don't articulate it so much for the
Bro, think about heavyweight. So heavyweight division's 206 to 265. So when I
That's
weighed
crazy.
233, I fought a guy who was 265.
This is the problem with
That's
boxing.
30 pounds.
This is
That's
why boxing is a
insane.
joke
That's
now.
insane.
That's insane.
Boxing is fucked up because they let these gorillas in there.
201 plus in boxing.
201, and you could fight a guy who's
206,
300, who's
yeah.
6, and they're like they can't move, and it's rock'em sock'em.
Boxing's also weird to me because they're like 6-time division champ, 153, 154,
Right.
166, 167. It's like, what the fuck? So just by 1 pound, it's a different division.
Really?
It's weird. It's weird. They have all sorts of weird shit. What else you got, Ev?
What else you got, man?
Yeah, we
I
gotta
gotta get the fuck out of
You
here.
got nowhere
man.
to go, dude.
I gotta go.
You
man.
literally have nowhere
Get
to
me
go.
the fuck out of
You're
here.
gonna be
please.
hanging around Starbucks going, "Hey, does anybody recognize me?
Hey, I just on the fire and the kid who wants an autograph.
Hey, man, I'm Michael Rapaport. I'm Michael Rapaport. Look at me."
All right, so I'll just give you guys
Give me
the
mine.
the
I'll
gist
give
of
you
this.
mine.
Give
The
me
quotes are all
$78.
really long, but Obama went
question
to
out of the fucking
was
burnout.
giving a speech at a college, and the gist of everything is he's like,
What?
we've got to get rid of these like safe spaces bullshit that's going on at like college campuses of like. So like a speaker having like a different or a kind of
Opinion.
aggressive opinion and be like, no, that speaker doesn't fall in line with like this school's
Yeah,
like
they have
liberal
safe
views
rooms.
or-
They have
yeah.
safe rooms.
Yeah, he basically is like, we've got to stop with this safe
Good
space
for him.
bullshit.
Good for Obama. Good for Obama.
So what exactly? Wrap it up.
So a lot of times when somebody comes to make a speech, first of all, a lot of people who come to make the speech are not allowed to make speeches because the student board or whatever there's protests say no, they're too conservative, they're
Oh,
too
fuck off.
offensive.
You
Yeah.
gotta- you gotta have-
So remember one thing, that universities, especially our very liberal universities like Amherst, like Harvard, like these very, very expensive elite universities, are not bastions of free thought. They're not bastions of free expression at all. They're very puritanical. They're very leftist, and so a lot of times a lot of times when somebody comes to speak, like Christine Summers, who wrote a book called The War on Boys.
Did you read it?
She was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I did not read it. I listened to the podcast, and I loved what she had to say. She was basically saying that, we are being held hostage by some pretty neurotic students whose sensibilities are being trampled on, where you have somebody
what the
teaching,
fuck are you talking about now, man?
Yoga. You have somebody teaching yoga, and because they are white and not Indian, there was a protest saying that it's
cultural misappropriation is what they were going
now,
for.
check this out. So she made a
ridiculous.
speech. Christine Summers made a speech. And check this out. They have safe rooms. What's he doing?
Nothing. I'm recording these
Motherfucker.
words. These are
They
great
have
words.
safe rooms for people who feel like the speech was trampling on their sensibilities. So they go into a room with like stuffed animals, balloons.
I'm gonna
and
go in
stuff
those
like
rooms
that.
and piss on them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I guess.
What the
Can't
fuck?
just go in
there.
there.
Hey, sir, I feel unsafe now. Why are you going to empty your bladder on me, you big giant?
Because you said people are going in there.
There's such, and this is happening on college campuses.
That's ridiculous.
And he's saying basically,
You go to
that
college?
we're so politically correct. Nobody can really say how they feel.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
God help you if you even said something like, Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner becoming Caitlyn Jenner was a little confusing and maybe
say that shit all the time.
weird
Right.
to me.
Then you're transphobe. You're this phobe, and you know what else? It's bullying.
It really is. It's a form of bullying.
It's also a lie.
No, but no. The thing is that the thing that's really bothering me about that whole thing is like if you don't agree that some big rope dick motherfucker in a dress should come into the bathroom with your kids,
Rope dick.
then you're not compassionate.
Oh, I know.
You're not sympathetic.
You're
No.
prejudiced.
You're in bullshit. You're bullying. And if you don't fall into line with that, then you get labeled on Twitter as an asshole or a scumbag, and it's bullshit.
We gotta stick together.
It's fucking bullshit.
It's not the truth, is
because
it?
it's not the truth. And just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean I want to. I doesn't mean I don't have.
You don't give a
censor
fuck
them.
what they do
I
in
don't
their
give a
off
fuck.
time.
First of all, I grew up in New York City. I've been seeing transsexuals, trans this, every fucking my whole life. I don't give a fuck what you are, gay. I'm sitting here on this guy's podcast. This is a married man. We know what he does on the avenue
What do I do?
late at night.
You don't.
You're on your
prove a goddamn
fours
thing.
walking around. I don't judge him.
He
He's
doesn't
a great
stop talking
father.
about guys' bodies.
I don't care about any of that. But the fact that this community, they're fucking a bunch of bullies. And when you talk about Caitlyn Jenner specifically, what's your fucking deal? Like, how much attention
I agree.
do you need?
Yeah.
How much attention do you fucking need? Like, you did your thing. Bounce.
You know she's on the front cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Out.
Let me tell you something.
Dick out.
Let me tell you something. I've had a subscription since 1977 of Sports Illustrated. There's never been. They have their swimsuit. They have Rhonda was on there. They want to put this motherfucker on there naked.
Might as well.
Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. You're
talking about
your
it.
business is that bad that you need to put Caitlyn Jenner at 60 whatever on
Vanity Fair did that shit too.
and they shame on them too. Shame on them too. Not because they're putting a trans up there.
Because she
they're
looked
so-
like Brian Callen in that bitch.
You look like Brian Callen
It
with
did.
a. Yeah, but the thing is like that whole community of like, if you don't fall into line and agree with what we say, you're marked. You have you have a scarlet letter because you're not
I
compassionate.
agree.
It's
Again,
bullshit.
it's I've never seen a dude in a dress, and I didn't grow up around that. So when I see it, I might be a little bit like, oh fuck, that's kind of weird, man.
Yeah,
I'm not comfortable with it yet.
Right, and that doesn't mean I want to like.
No, I don't
kick
give
these-
a fuck
I don't give a
what they
shit what
do.
you do, but I don't want your people around you trying to bully me into thinking. And if I don't like what you're saying, I'm a dick. Right. I'm a dick whether I like it or not. Right. You know, what
No,
I
I'm
mean?
a dick to everybody.
You period.
No, it doesn't matter.
I think
Period.
here's the thing. You want a society that protects sexual minorities and protects people who are different and think different. You want a society that gives those people protection and gives those people a place to express themselves and create an equal playing ground for everyone. We all agree with that.
Right.
We all know that.
They create a third bathroom.
The problem is, yes,
Not yet.
that when there is an issue, for example, we have children, and it all I'm saying is that if people shouldn't. A lot of people saying you have to identify with the gender of your birth. Okay. When it
I
comes
think
to a
I'm
bathroom-
Puerto Rican and no one gives a fuck.
No, all I'm saying
Gerald's
is-
black. He gets pulled over the cops. He goes, but I identify as a Jewish white man. Yep. They don't give two shits about him.
First thing I said when I saw Gerald, I said
Me too, Jewish.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like
So what? No, I think what we're worried about is this: if a man puts on a wig and he's a sexual predator, and he goes, "What? I identify as a woman," and he goes into a woman's locker room or goes in, and he's there. My daughter's going to the bathroom.
That's the problem.
We as people, all of us, doesn't mean we go, wait, I'm worried about that part. What can we do about that part? Is there something we can do about that part? That doesn't mean I want to censor sexual minorities.
Exactly.
It just means I have a concern.
Right. But if
for
you,
safety, that's all, because I don't trust, because there are a lot of
but
people
if you don't
who are
articulate it as well as you are, and most people aren't, is you're good with words, the way you're
sound like
articulating.
a meathead.
You sound crazy. You sound
homophobic.
And it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit, and it's not fair. And
Michael, we did this thing where he dressed up as an Apache, and we got a lot of emails. And I would say this: they said, "You're being offensive to Native Americans when you dress up like an Apache with the feather and the paint." And I said, "Guys,
There's some legit shit.
First of all, it was a comedy. Second of all, let me ask you this: if we are going to do that, if in satire I have to be careful with how I dress and make people laugh, then." Am I allowed to dress up like a rabbi if I'm not Jewish or religious? Am I allowed to dress up like a priest if I'm not? Where are the lines? And so what you're really talking about now is not only censorship, but I have to censor myself along your sensibilities. If we do that in a society, we can't. We will be lost because then nothing is acceptable.
Oh, I got something else for you. If you sent the fucking email complaining about the Indian get-up, you have been blocked. I don't even read them. So you wasted your fucking time, and I also don't give a fuck. I would have been way more offensive.
Well, some people were very articulate about it, and they weren't censoring us. They were just trying to bring to my light that.
This is what I did. I went through the emails.
I mean, it's an interesting time because. You know, the PC police, the hipster fucks, the Twitter, the social network of it all. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a voice. Everybody could get at everybody. Yeah. Whereas in the past, you couldn't say, well, Brian Callen, you suck. I don't
never see it unless they did in person.
Now
no one has the balls to do in person either.
No.
But here's the other thing I want to say. Like, you hear politicians do this all the time. So you hear politicians. So what does Bernie Sanders do as an example? There's a lot of things about Bernie Sanders.
What did you say? You said something about Jew?
No, but let's hear
about something about Jew. Did you say something about Jews?
They shouldn't be allowed in politics.
Okay.
No, but so Bernie Sanders will say something like this. When you listen to him, he demonizes what? Corporations and the banks. And so the problem is when you do that, you create your own tribe. So when you say the banks and corporations, when you say that, when you categorize anybody, look at how the Republicans or conservatives categorize people who are gun control advocates. They call them bleeding heart liberals. They categorize them. And so what you do when you do that is you take a human being in all his complexity, all his emotional complexity, and you reduce him down to 2 words. And those 2 words are always derogatory. You are labeling. And we keep doing that as human beings. My tribe over here, and instead of me trying to be a missionary and change your mind, or at least get to you emotionally and see where I'm coming from, the first thing we do is go, oh, I'm religious. I mean, I'm an atheist. You're religious? You believe in fairy tales. You're a dummy.
Now tell the people to send in $9.99. Because the tone, like you sound like on some evangelism. Ask for $9.99.
And $9.99 means $999. You
$9.99. Join the Brian Callen cult.
It's only it's less than $1,000.
Limited.
Less than $1,000.
I got to get the fuck out of here now. I got to go. We
got fan questions.
Where the fuck?
Okay, fan questions. I got to get the fuck out of here, man. Holy shit. No, that was good.
Yeah, that was good. That counts as your dropping knowledge.
They give you. I mean, because do you notice that your partner? Yeah. Your Ace Boone Coon, he's fucking texting while you're dropping knowledge. Like, he could give a
every
fuck.
Time.
He's
every
like,
time. He's like, every time.
And he's searching for text, and then he's going to
searching.
Do you know that
every time you're responding from text?
He has a weird thing because every time I do drop knowledge,
his fucking eyes cross.
No, it just depends. If it's one I know or we talked about before, then because you're gonna go off on it. And because I know.
But you don't feel that as like maybe I should because he's staying with you. His eyes are crossing, and then he's texting.
No, he's writing down what I'm saying.
With his watch, like and you're so into your shit, you don't notice that he's like fucking with his like fake Rolex.
He goes right to his watch.
And he's like.
Hey, that's not a fake Rolex.
Nah, what's the questions?
It's a bad question.
First question up. How did Michael get...
I stopped wearing watches when I had kids because I was picking them up.
Really?
Yeah, and they would get stuck on their diaper.
I stopped. When I started street fighting, I stopped. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
All right. First
so you asked me that question so you could talk about you?
It's all about me. I bring it back to myself.
It brings it back to
himself.
Every time.
If you haven't noticed, I bring it right back to myself.
Every time.
Yeah.
Fight question?
Yep, always back to me.
Like Stefan Curry, boom.
How weird was that? I had to say something when we brought Stefan Curry.
Well, because I'm a lot like him. Go ahead. Yeah. I'm just you'll underestimate me.
Michael, how'd you get the nickname the Gringo Mandingo?
The Gringo Mandingo. I mean, it's folklore. I can't even remember. I've had that nickname for so long. Now they're calling me the Gringo Mandingo, a.k.a. the Backdoor Man. So I can't tell you how.
Take it
What's
from
the
me.
backdoor
No,
man all
the
about?
backdoor
You
man.
take it in your
Let me
back
finish.
It's a bad idea.
The Gringo Mandingo, aka the backdoor man, no
Yeah,
Bruno.
fuck.
No Bruno?
Yeah.
Oh, so no Browns.
No.
So
he,
you're
he
racist.
got it.
I got you.
He got it. He's been fucking knocked around his whole life, and he's just fucking at me. So
Butt stuff, but not the gay guy.
Wait, what's no Bruno? You motherfucker.
you know the movie Bruno?
Bruno, yeah.
So you say
Oh, yeah,
so like if I say that's a nice shirt, no Bruno.
Is that like no homo?
exactly?
But way less.
But way less offensive.
Offensive.
Like
No,
what you
Bruno.
just did.
Dude, I
yeah.
used to say no homo when we first started this show, and people were like, dude, you got to stop doing
Yeah,
that.
and you-
But to me, you know, like in rap lyrics,
I got
they
you.
throw it out, like,
I got-
Lil-
no
I think
Bruno.
Lil Wayne started a lot of that. When he's going no homo, it was everywhere.
He might have done it for like in the brought it out.
That's
but-
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
Like,
no
he was the first
Bruno's
one
in the same.
Like I heard it before, and then when Lil Wayne did, then I was
Yeah.
like, I'll start using no homo.
Exactly. And then
it's
and
offensive.
then who was the basketball player that said it? Roy Hibbert. Yeah, he said it in a press conference, and that was
you can't do that.
Now he's in trouble.
You can't do that.
that was the beginning of the end.
funny
But no
to me.
Bruno. It's like some people like are fucking toned out and only
No
and-
Bruno's funny.
Yeah, so you didn't get it.
I read the book. I didn't see the movie.
The Bruno book by
Yeah, it's
Borat.
Hey, did you see his last movie that Sacha Baron Cohen did?
Which the brothers?
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
How was it?
I heard it. I heard it wasn't good, but he's talented.
did he do
He's
so well,
crazy talented.
Super fucking
He's the
talented.
new Alice in Wonderland. He's the fucking.
Oh.
That's what I want to see
looks
him doing
badass
shit
in
like
it.
that.
Really?
He's
Yeah.
a beast. What else you got?
What's the next question?
All right, next one is, how do you feel about the UFC coming to Madison Square Garden now?
Can't wait.
Hanging in your
You
hometown.
gonna go?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Who would you like to see on
You
there?
guys go fight.
I want
Why
to see
don't you
John
try to-
Jones.
John
He's
would
my
be on that
favorite
card for
fighter.
sure. Did you see John's last fight?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I mean, it was disappointing because he didn't fight. He was supposed to fight.
DC.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that the whole thing.
Shit, they fight July now.
Yeah.
But he said no matter what, he wants to be on that Madison Square Garden card.
Madison Square Garden, UFC, people are gonna go. They're gonna go
that
nuts.
place gonna sell the fuck
So
out.
I will be there for sure.
So will
For
we.
sure.
So will we.
Oh, I
probably
see.
won't be
Basically,
there.
I said I will be there for sure. So will we. Why wouldn't you be there? You banning it or you don't give a fuck?
I don't like going to the fights really, man.
But just well, I guess New York, I'm going to be there for that for sure.
Gotta
New
come to
York's cool for the
make it a New
sport,
York
and
trip.
also I don't give a fuck.
Let's make it a
Right.
New York
I
trip.
hear you.
Around the UFC, I'm all set. Oh, you mean we're all the UFC fans, and I
Yeah,
can't?
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not doing that. Yeah.
To be around UFC fans,
We should make it a New York
that
trip.
must be exhausting for you.
It's also like I want to go to New York and just chill. Like I don't want to go there for a fight. I don't like. It's stressful for me to be there.
I got you.
I haven't been to a fight since my last. You
That
know,
is
like,
I hear
stressful
you.
for you, right?
It's stressful for me.
Yeah.
Oh, like you, on your guys' off time, go to a set where
Yeah.
you're not acting.
No, I
You know
hear
how
you.
that is.
Yeah.
Brian
And
does
then-
that all the
and then
time.
have a
Like,
bunch of people
can I get a
around.
part in here? You know, you got any part?
He just shows up.
No, they're not. They're just we're already shooting the show,
We've
Brian.
already hired the extras.
Yeah, like it's a kid's show. We're not hiring you. And like, but they got nothing for me, and he's like, and you start doing like, I'll audition, and like,
I'll do
no,
anything. I'll play a wave.
you don't care.
I'll play a tree.
What else
You
you
don't
got?
care.
Ev?
I mean, I'll play sand. Anything. Wet my mouth. Can I eat some craft services? I'm hungry.
When I see a set in New York City, this is to this day, when I will always if a set that I'm not a part of.
You go up and eat something.
Fuck yeah, I go right to craft service.
They
take
know
some
you.
sh-
They're like, that's gotta. He's gotta be in the
they
movie.
know me, don't know me. If I see, I'll just go right. I take the shit and fucking leave.
B, what bar were we at? They had all these celebrities' pictures. I text you the picture.
Oh,
We're
in
at a
New
bar-
Orleans.
that was We're in New Orleans.
And that old
Lafitte's-
bar.
Look
Lafitte's
at
blacksmith
this fuck.
shop.
And I
That
took a
old
picture.
bar.
I was like,
Lafitte's,
look who
that's
we
the
ran
oldest
into.
bar in New Orleans.
They had a picture of you up
Lafitte's.
there.
Yeah,
at the bar.
in New Orleans.
Yeah, it was cool.
I was
man.
giving you the finger.
What-
I saw it.
Were you doing a job down there or something, or were you just rolling through there?
I was doing a job, but I happened to just walk by the bar. I think I had to take a piss.
Place is cool.
Really cool. It's like a made out of stone or something.
It's the oldest bar, I guess, in
In the
America.
world, right?
Yeah, you go. So yeah, in the world. Good job, because this country's so old. Do you yeah, older than
I mean, in the
ones
country.
Italy. Yeah, in the country.
Break down some fucking history and like do some like, oh, I read on Google.
Don't make
No,
fun
go
of me.
ahead.
Don't make fun of me. Now,
Bore the fucking listeners to tears with some facts.
How often do you go into bars to get recognized and mention your name?
What?
Do you call ahead?
I'll go in there and take a leak.
Yeah.
And they took his picture. What else?
We
you
were
got,
in a
Ev?
bar.
Yeah, he almost got in a fight in a bar.
Really?
Yeah, in
Stupid.
New York. Guys in his face. Finally, Mike goes, "Get the fuck out of my face!" Like literally.
Where were you though? I was looking for you the whole time.
I got behind him, and I hamstrung him with my pocket knife. But he goes, "Get the." Next thing I know, he's talking. The guy said, "Hey man," he keeps coming up asking. Finally,
The
Mike
guy
goes,
was drunk, wouldn't leave you
"Yeah."
alone.
Mike goes,
He was being
"Yeah, the guy was big
provocative.
too. Guy was kind of big and strong." He goes, Finally, Mike goes, get the fuck, bro. I've been nice. Get the fuck out of my face. I'll smack the shit out of you right. I'm like, Mike. He's being recognized. He doesn't give a fuck. He
No,
literally could
man.
care less.
Because
He's
no one
literally-
cared that he would, like, I'm like, yo,
They're literally
all
about
these,
to fight the guy. I go, Mike, there's no upside. Everybody knows who you are. They're all excited to hear.
but he
and
was
this idiot-
provocative.
still,
I know,
man,
it's
yeah.
so bad.
It was
It's
hilarious.
it's
You
so
fly
bad.
off the handle. That was great.
Sometimes there can be fans where, like, if
was
they are
drunk.
drunk, they'll keep, hit.
Yo, you can't
I
touch
hate when
anybody.
They hit me. They keep hitting me. Like, dude, relax.
I don't
man.
get. I'm sure you
Or
get
I'll
that.
tell you what else is weird is like,
He's talking about fan recognition.
Because in my bit,
It's like when people recognize you, like you're famous or recognizable,
motherfucker.
like famous. I'm just saying he's talking about. Go ahead.
in my bit, I'll make
Oh,
fun
I know
of
what you mean.
myself, and then they'll get in line, and then the dudes, I don't know if they're nervous, but they'll start making fun of me. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
It's weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I heard Jeremy Piven one time. Guy starts going, "I saw you in the," and Jeremy's sitting there. Jeremy finally goes, "My brother, I can't play this game with you. I just can't do this game with you." The guy goes, "My bad." He goes, "I just can't."
99.9% of people are cool.
Yeah.
There's always that one guy.
This
in
was
your
a
face.
drunk guy.
That's the worst. I remember I was at the Playboy Mansion with Jeremy, and this
You dropped
was at
something.
The height of
Yeah,
his
you
height of
did.
his fame, and this guy kept grabbing his arm, putting his arm around him, going, "This guy, man, I love you in the show, Entourage." And finally, Jeremy's trying to be nice. Finally, Jeremy goes, "You're always touching me. I don't remember one time in my life, not one time in my life when you were not touching me. I in my life don't remember one time when you weren't touching me." It was so fucking funny.
What else you got, Ev?
All right. Next one calls for a little advice from the Keto Kid. Basically, this guy needs some snack options. He's
New nickname.
sick of fucking eating pork rinds every damn day.
Yeah.
What you got for him?
I got a good. If you miss cereal and you got a sweet tooth, you can get almond milk with no sugar in it, and you use the walnuts as the base. And you have walnuts, almonds, all non-salted. Walnuts, almonds. Toss whatever nuts you want in there. Then use the almond milk and put stevia and sprinkle cinnamon on.
That's easy. That's easy to make sense of what you just said. I can follow that.
All right.
I don't have to rewind what you just said. Was that like a health thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The diet I'm on. Yeah.
Dude, look at him. He's,
I know. I seen you on there doing some core shit. I
Thanks,
seen you had the
dog.
little shorts on. I saw
Yeah.
you.
No, they scooted up.
Trust me,
I called him about that, bro. I called him. I go, "Hey,
Yo.
bro, what's up with those shorts?"
He's
huh?"
doing real workout shit
Doing
though. I
some
saw
work.
you.
Cinch,
I saw
son.
you. But yo, when
Cinched
you're
up.
doing these kettlebell thing, I was like, you could fucking rip something when you were doing this. You were doing this like
I've been doing it for too long. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it so long. It's not gonna.
He's using his legs too.
right.
It's like a full body
Yeah, you don't know
kettlebell swing.
You don't know shit, huh?
Snatch.
Listen.
Where's your workout
Listen,
videos?
How about those shorts? They were cinched up around them tight thighs. Cinched.
They were. They were. Up there.
Yeah, you got your legs all free, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cinched. Now let me ask you something. Before you worked out,
Oh,
you say to
but
Glenn,
there-
did you
but
go,
there's
What's
a-
an-
I'm gonna cinch my shorts.
Other thing I do is I take like the same mix that you do for like coleslaw, and I put
Cabbage mix?
yeah, like the cabbage mix. You get that, you saute that with ginger and like garlic and celery, and then you put bison meat into it.
Bison meat.
Yeah, I
Damn.
put a shitload. I make
Damn,
a
that sounds good.
shitload of that in like a like Tupperware, so I have it throughout the week.
Damn, that sounds
And then
good,
you can put guacamole on it, siracha. Yeah.
I'm hungry.
All that good stuff.
What else you got, Doug? Dude, I have some keto.
I don't
Kid-
need any
I have
more.
some
I've been
keto
talking for
kid
90
shirts
minutes.
dropping soon.
Oh, yeah?
Next couple of weeks, I get a hot keto kid shirt.
There we
coming
go.
out.
Don't you think it's kind of weird that no one's offering me any water? Something I've been just
Shit, I don't get water, Doug.
yeah, you'll be all right.
That's Fox. You got this. last question, Ev.
You good?
All right, big round.
You good? You
Would
got
you
this.
consider competing in a Metamore-style grappling match again? Hashtag Butterbath.
He asked this question. Can I answer it? Let me explain why he's not going to do that. First of all, this podcast is a full-time job. That's why we did dwarf podcast, like whatever the fuck.
Yo, my
is it?
man,
The
you need to
the
check.
rap
You need to
report.
check. You need to check
rap
the
report.
stats.
Yeah,
We need to check the I Am Rapaport. The I Am Rapaport stereo podcast. Check the stats.
The Michael Rapaport show. So listen. Bottom line is, if he goes and does, because of his profile, if he goes and does Metamorphs, they're gonna.
What
give
is
him,
Metamoris?
They're gonna give him a beast.
Like the Olympic
They're gonna give him a
jiu-jitsu.
beast,
I did it
jiu-jitsu guy who does it full time. And why would Brendan get involved with the guy who does it full time, which is his full time job, when he's got way too much going on? He's got 3 shows going on right now that he's doing. So
Thanks, B.
Yeah.
And also, when I was doing jiu-jitsu and fighting the UFC, I couldn't afford nice stuff like I can now. So it doesn't make sense to
There you
go
go.
backwards.
Michael Rapaport, we want to thank you for ruining
Rap,
things.
you're the best, man. I
I
sent out the rap signal and you answered, brother.
not get carried
We
away.
got to get together. When can I come on the show so we can talk sports, kind of
Real talk shit.
like
Yeah, when
real
can
talk?
well,
We'll be in contact, B.
We text, we speak. Like we like he texted me and him were texting at 11:30 last night. No Bruno.
Yeah.
Like late talking sports shit. I'm just saying.
It's called the Rap and Brown Show.
Yeah, like
You guys want to see more of this and maybe even rap. Well, New York is sold out, but we got Nashville this coming Tuesday. What is that theater? Do you remember?
I don't. Nashville's not a theater. Nashville's the Vince Vaughn Comedy Tour. There's tickets still available in Nashville on Tuesday. That bitch is almost sold out.
Barely tickets.
Then we're in New York City on the 19th. That's sold out.
That's going to be big.
Boston, we're at the Wilbur Theater. That's 520. That thing is not sold out.
May
We're
20th.
close. Let's do this, people. And then we're in Philadelphia on Saturday night.
At
So
the Trocadero in Philly. It's a
Nashville,
great theater.
Tuesday night. New York City, Thursday. Boston, Friday night. And then Philly, we wrap on Saturday night.
Don't come if you don't like laughing straight for an hour and a half.
TFATK.com. Get it now. Fire Kid 3D. You can also buy right now. And the Iron Maiden shirts will be out very soon. So if you're thinking about getting it, do it now. TFATK3D.com. This is the Fire Kid with rap. We're out.